Charlie and Freddie, maybe boost that energy level on that line and be responsible defensively. And when he gets his opportunities, if he does get them in the slot area, he's got a good shot. He's really got to put it on net, not thinking about passing.
What challenges does Vancouver put in front of you tonight?
Well, again, it's another team that's based on speed and skill, especially up front, and then obviously they have Hughes on the back end. But it's going to come down to us defending the rush well, trying to limit our odd man rushes against like we have been, staying out of the box. It's still another area that we have to keep improving on. We did well for a few games. Yeah, we took 4 last game, but you don't want to be going in the box too often against this group. Another team that seems to thrive off their power play, and the skilled guys start feeling the puck, they feel better about themselves. And for us, again, like I said, if we can really be smart between the blue lines and making sure that if there's an opportunity to take the rush, go for it. If there's not, we've got to play behind the forecheck. We really got to be prepared to grind it out sometimes, and that's how I think we're going to get into our offensive game.
All right, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Interim coach Joe Sacco joining us. Bruins and the Canucks coming up next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Before,
during, wrist fars in, shoots deflected, they score! That's a
lives here. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Lindholm wins it back, backhands it down. It will go wide of the empty net as the horn sounds. And the Bruins able to survive a late flurry from Detroit. Get the victory 2-1 here on the road. Back-to-back victories. On Saturday night in Detroit, the Bruins improved to 2-0 under interim head coach Joe Sacco. And Captain Brad Marchand knows they'll need to stick to their defensive structure if they want to see continued success.
Definitely a point of emphasis the last couple of games. We only gave up a few shots in the third period, which was very good. Very good detail by our team.
Now the Bruins are back home to welcome in old friend Jake DeBrusk and the Vancouver Canucks. And it's coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, shot, no! It's all tied up! Bam! Neely.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pasternak wins the series for the Bruins. The rebound to Trent Frederick. And the Bruins are back in front by 2.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Still there! A dandy! A beauty! Nice run saved by Davis!
Backhand, it'll save Thomas! Swayman made a great stop at the far post!
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Charles D. Sheehy, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. Fired! His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks getting ready to drop the puck. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Biggest key for the Bruins as they try to get their third win in a row.
Very quickly, just the same kind of solid defensive structure that they've had over the last couple of games, and you hope that the goal scoring will follow suit.
Beersy's Keys to the Game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Opening face-off next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Maz reminding you every day is game day at the DraftKings Sportsbook, and now through the end of the year, it's extra special. All customers will get a special daily promo every single day. Football, basketball, hockey, whatever your favorite sport is, get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook. From profit boosts, odds boosts, no sweat bets, and more, there's something for everyone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use the code SportsHub, and take advantage of special daily promotions. Again, the code is SportsHub. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Hope is here. Call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. 1+ promotion per day. Promotion sport eligibility and requirements vary. Ends December 31st, 2024. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks getting ready for their first of 2 meetings on the year. Let's go down and get both Canadian and American national anthems from Todd Angeli.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Todd Angeli with the national anthems. We get set for the Canucks and Bruins in the opening face-off. We'll take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Vancouver Canucks, Kevin Lankinen. On defense, the pairing of Quinn Hughes and Philip Peronic. And up front, former Bruin Jake DeBrusk, Elias Pettersson, and Kiefer Sherwood. For the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman starting in goal. On defense, former Canuck Nikita Zadorov and Andrew Peeke. And up front, Brad Marchand, Justin Brazeau, and former Canuck Elias Lindholm. Starting lineups brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Now through the end of the year, all DraftKings customers will get a special daily promo every single day. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code SportsHub to take advantage. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Rodrigo Barrios of Lynn, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Rodrigo will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins will defend down to our left, shoot the end to our right here in the first period. As the puck comes around behind the Boston net, it'll be played off the near boards for Brazeau. Jump past him along the wall, and it'll be taken here by Pettersson. Lost it off the end of his stick. Zadorov in front of Jeremy Swayman will send it around the far boards, and that one will go all the way down into Vancouver territory. From behind their own net, it's Peronic. Passed up the right side, and carrying into the zone was Connor Garland. Geekie took one off the far boards. He'll send Pasternak back the other way here for the Bruins. Pasternak sent one across, and it jumped over the stick of McAvoy.
That's a good setup. McAvoy's the man that's open because you got Zacha driving through the middle. It opens up the passing lane from left to right.
Tyler Myers tried to clear. Geekie kept it alive along the near boards. Myers shoves down Zacha. And
Zacha a little
Myers,
shaken up. He's got to get off the ice.
he's headed back toward the bench now as the puck comes back into Boston territory. Charlie Coyle trying to drop one back for McAvoy. That was redirected away. McAvoy comes back to get it in the near corner of the Bruins zone. Coyle racing over far side, get in front of Besser, who kicked it down toward the corner. It'll wrap around toward the near side boards, and Soucy out of the blue line. He'll send it back around the far side, and here is Besser, back after a 7-game absence with a concussion. Puck dumped in on that far point by Juleson.
Yeah, Zacha's, I think he's grabbing that left shoulder over on the bench. He's getting some medical attention there, but he's a pretty durable guy, pretty low maintenance guy, but he's in some discomfort right now. Kind of keep an eye on him.
Here's Mark McLaughlin bringing one ahead for the Bruins from the red line. He'll dump it down into Vancouver zone. Frederick goes crashing in there after it against Soucy behind the Canucks net. Lifted up off the glass and out to neutral ice. Settled down by Brandon Carlo. Fires it right back in. Soucy waits for it to come around to the far side hash mark. Steals it in front of his net to Danton Heinen. And the outlet pass moved forward here by Ratu. Carlo headed along for Wotherspoon. It poked free.
It's a hand pass.
Yep. Whistle comes with 17:37 to go here in the first period. No score early on.
Yeah, Zacha's he's still getting some of that attention, over on the bench. He got taken down in the offensive zone, and he went into the board's left shoulder first. It was awkward. He was being covered by Myers, and he's trying to shake that off.
Myers, a huge guy, 6'8", 229 pounds. Puck comes around toward Hughes. Hughes steps around a stickless Kastelik and couldn't get it into a shooting position before the Bruins get it out.
By Koepke,
yeah. Back inside the Vancouver zone. Pass for Höglander and turned over, but the Bruins wind up offside.
A lot of money up on the board today, I would think. Couple former Bruins playing for the Canucks.
All right, so
former Canucks playing for the Bruins.
Explain how this works.
Signed big money deals.
You play your former team, you put a little extra on the board,
right? Put extra on the board for the win. With the win, it goes into a fund. At end of the year fund looks pretty good. Or go to charity. Or
Brazo tips one on in wide of
just a little extra incentive.
Yep. Make sure everybody's paying attention tonight. Not that it takes too much.
It used to be $50 or $100. I don't think that would be acceptable these days, especially after you sign a multi-million-dollar deal.
A guy like DeBrusque, 7 times 5.5. Lindholm and Zadorov, both big ticket deals here in Boston.
Yeah, Heinen wouldn't be expected to put as much up there.
A shot wide of Swayman by Pettersson off the end board. Zadorov battling with DeBrusque as they go into the far corner. Back in behind the net. Peake trying to find the handle. Got it to the near side hash marks, but Hughes right there for Vancouver. He'll bring it out along the blue line. Pass off to the right side. They fire it back across looking for Pettersson, but broken up by Brazo. Puck goes careening down into the Vancouver zone. Both teams getting changes on. 3:45 gone by here in the first period at TD Garden. Long pass up the middle, directed deep by Dakota Joshua. Swayman came out of the net to play it under pressure, backhanded it around toward the near side wall. Zacha got it from McAvoy, fires across ice, picked up by Lohrei. He'll dump it in, but that's offside as Bruins were coming to the attacking blue line.
See if things get changed at all, but it's a pretty low event game, right? 4 minutes in, neither team has a shot. Been physical. Both teams have been finishing their hits, but good to see Pavel Zacha back out there.
Yeah. As you said, was favoring that shoulder, but stands in on the face-off here against Suter and wins it. McAvoy from the red line will carry it into the attack zone. Shoots one wide of Lankinen. But comes back around behind the Vancouver net. Zacha going to try to keep it moving. Geekie got a stick on it. Tied up in the near corner. Pokes free around Pasternak to the far side for Garland. He'll reverse back behind his own net here for Vancouver. Pass up the near side for Joshua. Taken off the stick by McAvoy, but the Bruins lose it back out of the zone as Myers gets the clear. Lohrei trying to feed Pasternak. It was redirected. It goes in behind Lankinen. He'll tee it up back there, and Soucy from the near corner. Angles a pass around the forecheck of Charlie Coyle. Besser dropped it back. Now here's Soucy stepping forward to the Boston line. Fires across ice. Besser getting it onto his forehand, but the shot goes up and out of play over the end glass. Just about 5 minutes into this first period.
Decent setup there. That shot, Bruins are able to recover and get in that shooting lane and deflect it. I think the best opportunity for the Bruins never materialized as a shot on goal, but it was a well-executed 3-on-2 that had that puck blow up on McAvoy on the right wing side.
Coyle will take a defensive zone face-off. And wins it as Wotherspoon out of the far corner sends a pass off the glass, trying to find Frederick coming out of the zone. Instead, over to the Canucks. Eddie Bluger passed it off the near side. Besser gets it deep. Barlow will keep it moving around toward the far side circle. Coyle comes back to get it. Now gives to Frederick, cutting out of the zone. Frederick up the far left wing side. Shoved by Besser, stays with a puck. Frederick turns it onto his forehand and wheels it all the way around behind the Vancouver net. Carlo will get it back in deep. McLaughlin was in there. Kastelik as well. Kastelik in the far corner. Knocked off balance by Besser, then gets chopped down. Puck is swatted away from Beecher by Hronek and out toward the blue line, where Hughes will bring back a little bit deeper into his own zone. Outlet comes into the Boston zone, but Peak has it there. Up the right side, Kastelik kicking it onto his stick. Hugh will send it around the boards. Kepke on that far left wing side. Around behind it comes again. This time tip past Kastelik along the near boards. Peak in down and along the hash marks. Beecher got it back to Kepke, who's out at the blue line. Now back into the corner for Beecher. Off the near boards, and it's disrupted by DeBrusk as Peak couldn't hold it into the blue line. Bruins get back onside. Kastelik trying to get right back into the zone with help from Kepke. Kastelik gets in on the forecheck. Rest of the line is changing. 13:35 to go here in a thus far scoreless first period. As Marchand comes up to try to challenge Hughes in the Vancouver zone. Puck is lobbed down into the Boston end, and that's going to be an icing as Lori had position on Höglander.
Yeah, I thought it was close to offsides as well, but linesman had a delayed icing call. In a little conversation from a couple of the linesmen, from a couple of the Canucks. Didn't necessarily agree with it.
On attack zone face-off here.
No shots yet.
Only 6:35 into this one. Zaka takes the draw against Ratu, but controlled by the Canucks.
Shot attempts, in fact.
Yeah, here's Geekie sending one in front for Pasternak, but broken up.
Pasternak thought he got hooked or tugged there just before that puck got to him. Gave the referee a little look.
Here's Geekie along the right wing circle. Banks a pass back to McAvoy just inside the blue line. He brings it down into the circle. Lori sets up for a one-timer for Pasternak from the far circle. Knocked down in front. And the Canucks will bring it away. On the near boards, pivoting up ice is Baines. From just inside the red line, he gets tied up in traffic, sends it off into the Bruins zone, but Lori to Geekie, and right back into the Canucks end it goes. And the Bruins with the first shot on goal in this one.
Well, they said it got through.
They did. Joshua way down into the corner. Puck will come around behind the Bruins net. Bounce toward the top of the face-off circle, and Suter bats it deep again. Wotherspoon will move it to Carlo. Keeps it moving along the far boards from Marchand, and dangerous play off of Carlo. It's turned over. Garland out near the blue line sends one across, and Swayman comes to his left to make the save on Suter.
Yeah, had to come a long way across. Suter was at the base of the right wing circle, so it allowed Swayman to get all the way across, but a little careless with the puck for the Bruins there.
Carlo takes one away in the high slot. He'll deal it out into neutral ice. Bouncing puck got away from Brazo. It'll be played back into the Bruins zone here by Garland as the Canucks changing.
With the Canucks changing, you can afford to double team there quicker.
Garland sends one toward the slot. Came across to the near side and poked back in deep once again. Here's Garland in the right wing corner. Shoved by Coyle. Puck pops loose along the far circle. Now back up top. Faking the shot with Brandstrom, and staying with him was McLaughlin. Gets the clear. Angled back in here towards Swayman. He's going to cover it up this time and take the face-off inside the Bruins zone with 11:23 to go here in the first period.
I guess because that puck came from neutral zone, they're not going to allow the line change here to go to the commercial timeout, which would normally come now.
Yep, so instead of face-off in the defensive zone with the same line combination out there for the Bruins, Charlie Coyle, along with Trent Frederick and Mark McLaughlin.
Yeah, McLaughlin made a good defensive play, right? Branson trying to fake that shot and then drag the puck around, and McLaughlin stayed with him. Yeah, McLaughlin and Koepke made a good defensive play as well.
Here's a drive kicked away by Swayman, and the rebound is cleared up the middle by Peak. It will trickle down into the Vancouver zone, not far enough for icing. So the Bruins will get some changes on here. 11:05 to go in this first period. No score. Puck redirected into the Bruins zone as Frederick gets chopped at by Bluger as both guys were headed onto the benches. Zadorov passes Kastelik on into the Vancouver zone. Now the puck comes free to Beecher. Kastelik at the far side of the net, trying to turn one on from a tough angle.
Koepke trying to throw it back to the point. Referee, as it goes off of his skate, preventing it from getting back there.
Puck will come around the near side boards. Koepke and DeBrusque collide along the near wall. It's Beecher, pivots back down low. Stops and goes away from DeBrusque. Back to Peak at the right point. Throws one through traffic in front. Kastelik banging away for the rebound. And Lankinen able to cover it up at the far side of the crease. 10:24 to go here in the first period. No score early at TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Give back this holiday season and join the fight against hunger with SiriusXM and Why Hunger's annual donation drive. Bid on items signed by Dave Matthews Band, LL Cool J, Pearl Jam, and many more. Meet country superstar Carrie Underwood at her Reflection residency at Resorts World Las Vegas. Or simply donate. Go to SiriusXM.com/Hungerthon now.
Thanksgiving Day, a time for turkey, family, giving thanks, and most importantly, fantasy football. Before the Bears, Lions, Giants, Cowboys, Dolphins, and Packers take the field, get the best lineup advice with Fantasy Sports Radio.
Josh Jacobs is going to carve up the Dolphins like a Thanksgiving turkey.
From DFS to start-sit questions, spend your Thanksgiving Day with Fantasy Sports Radio. Sirius XM 87 and on the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Scott Laughlin, and Gord Stellick, along with former NHLer Mike Johnson for NHL Morning Skate. Weekday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Get holiday ready. Great offers on the Bronco family, or get winter ready with a Ford F-Series. 10:24 to go here in the first period. No score. TD Garden crowd. Nice ovation for the returning Jake DeBrusque and Danton Heinen as they were honored with a welcome back video here during the commercial break. Face-off will be in the offensive zone here for the Bruins. Each team with 3 shots on goal through the first roughly half of this first period. Zacha will take the draw against Elias Pettersson, or will he? Zacha out, Geekie gets in. Far circle down to our right.
Well, Pettersson should be knocked out of this draw now. Yeah,
right. There he goes. So Kiefer Sherwood now takes over.
He's the one who jumped.
And face-off won by Geekie, but taken back over by Myers. Can't get it cleared. Here's McAvoy, center blue line, stepping into a drive, and that's knocked down in front. Broke the stick.
Brandstrom.
Through the neutral ice. It'll be dumped in here by Sherwood. Swayman around to Lorai. Zacha kicking one toward his stick, able to sweep it past Sherwood. It'll come across ice. McAvoy, first man to it just inside the Bruins zone. Pass from Lori too far for Zaka, and that's going to be an icing here against the Bruins with 9:48 to go in the period.
Yeah, one of those unforced ones, right? Just a poor execution trying to go cross ice with that pass. I thought that was there a lot last game against the Detroit Red Wings. You know, when you switch sides, but with the long pass to switch sides, and I thought it just opened up some of the ice for the Bruins in that game. That attempted pass by Lori over to the right wing just missed everybody.
The defensive zone face-off here for Geekie. And it comes rocketing out of the zone. Oh, Bruins will get a few changes on here as Quinn Hughes sends it deep into Boston territory. Joshua at the back of the net. Garland moved it toward the near side, but it'll come all the way back down into Vancouver territory.
That's a good example there. McLaughlin, he's the forward. He's coming down to cover Suter in that left wing circles. They're looking for him in the opening there.
Joshua inside the Boston zone with numbers. Garland from the right circle with a shot. Gloved by Swayman, no rebound. 9:16 left here in the first period. No score at TD Garden on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 47 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
We all know there's a hurricane season, but hurricanes, evidently they missed the memo. Same thing with Tornado Alley. Tornadoes are going so far off course, they've hit every New England state in the last 5 years. Start preparing now by talking with an independent agent about safety insurance. Whether it's wind, water, fire, or ice, they'll make sure you're covered no matter what Mother Nature throws at you, including hail. Ow! 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 Safety insurance will help you manage life's storms.
DQ presents the sound of your next DQ meal. It's the sound of savoring a signature stack burger, chicken strip basket, or $7 meal deal. Oh, it's quiet because they're too busy enjoying their DQ food. Grab yours at participating U.S. locations today. DQ, happy tastes good.
9:16 to go here in the first period. No score. Jeremy Swayman coming up with a good glove stop just before that break.
Yeah, a little bit of a breakdown there for the Bruins. They had numbers, did the Vancouver Canucks. Once they got in the zone, they were able to get there quickly in the corner and then rotate that puck for Garland in the right wing circle. Garland, a local guy, South Shore. But a nice glove save there made by Swayman. The Bruins were able to recover to make sure that that pass was not going to get across. And Garland only had one option, and that was to try to take that shot. Going high to the glove side, short side.
You mentioned Connor Garland, Situate native, played for the Boston Junior Bruins growing up. Face off to the left of Jeremy Swayman here with 9:16 to go in the period. Coyle and Baines. Coyle gets run out of the face-off circle. So Frederick stands in there. Canucks will control it off the draw. Shot in deep by Hronik along the end boards. Played on to Wotherspoon, up off the glass, near side. Laughlin wrestling with Quinn Hughes. Laughlin will drop it back now to Carlo. He fires one up the far side. It gets past Coyle, and that's going to be an icing against the Bruins once again.
I thought the Bruins touched that puck, but
I did too.
Apparently not. No one's really complaining.
Fans, grab your family and get on down here to Causeway on Friday night. The front row as the Bees take on the Penguins in a Black Friday matchup. Select tickets still available to purchase. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets. Lock in your seats for all the action.
It's a 6:30 game, is it not?
It is. A little bit earlier. And Sunday we'll be back here at the Garden as well for the Centennial game against Montreal. That's going to be a heck of a day here. Be in your seats by 2:45 is what the team is saying. For that one, there will be a What should be a very fun and exciting pregame ceremony. A lot of names from the past will be in the building. Off the near wall, here's Carlo in the offensive zone. Over to Wotherspoon, sent one in front as Coyle got knocked off balance. He played up and out here by the Canucks as Wotherspoon getting into it with a couple of Canucks back in the Vancouver zone. Now Coyle turns it back up ice from the Boston blue line and floats it in to the right wing corner, heads off as part of a change. Canucks coming out of their own zone with Brandstrom playing over to Myers. Banks a pass ahead for Höglander. Offside are the Canucks here. A sleepy start to this one with 8:10 to go in the first.
Good chance then. Between the Pipes, sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for the Canucks here today, Kevin Lankinen, and for the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman.
Second start in a row for Swayman. Stopped 19 out of 20 in the win over Detroit on Saturday night. Lankinen's held up pretty admirably for the Canucks with Thatcher Demko out of the lineup all season so far. He is getting close to returning.
He's on the road trip. He's expected to play on this road trip.
Demko coming off a knee injury suffered during the playoffs last year. Up down in the neutral zone here by Carson Soucy, but that's going to be a hand pass against Vancouver. But Lankinen comes in with a 9-3-2 record, a 2.74 goals against, and a 901 save percentage. He is 9-0-1 this year when he has allowed 3 goals or less, and 0-3-1 when he allows 4 or more. Face off just outside the Vancouver line. 7:38 to go here in the first period. Bruins control it in the neutral zone. Zadorov will lift it high into the air. Goes bouncing down just wide of Lankinen. Thrown toward the net from a wide angle by Marchand.
He was almost at the goal line when he got that puck, but Lankinen was actually moving to his left, which gave Marchand some room, but just too tight of an angle.
Now the Canucks get it into the Bruins zone. Zadorov will backhand it behind the net. He tried to move it up ice. Chopped at by Brazo on the near boards. It comes back to him, and now Marchand kicks a puck off the far wall. Is able to drag it into the Vancouver zone and looking for Brazo coming down the right wing side, but that was broken up. Bruins coming back into their own end now as keeper Sherwood will play it down into the right wing corner. Zadorov goes hunting for DeBrusk in the far corner. Takes him into the wall. Marchand along the end boards will play it up the middle here for Zacha. And Pasternak chasing up the left wing side. Can't catch up to Zaka's pass. Back come the Canucks as Garland gets it into the Boston zone, but right over to Carlo. 6.5 to go here in the first period. Away just outside the blue line. Garland held up by Wotherspoon. Garland now will sweep the puck down toward the corner. It comes in behind the net. Suter pivoting toward the near side circle, shoved by Geekie. Puck will come back in behind. Garland to the right wing, or to the left wing circle rather. Now the puck taken away, cleared by Wotherspoon. Dumped back in here by Suter. Into the far right wing corner. Wotherspoon played it behind the net, just out of the reach of Garland. Pasternak will give over to Wotherspoon. And Wotherspoon plays it out into the neutral ice, but dumped right back in by Juleson, who takes a hit from Geekie. Wotherspoon pushing it around the far boards. Boyle dropping it back to Wotherspoon once again. From behind the Bruins net. Angles a pass all the way outside the blue line. But forced right back into the Boston zone was McLaughlin. Now they'll come ahead with Coyle on the right side. Coyle to the right circle. Shot kicked away by Lankinen. Rebound was out front there as Frederick was held away from it.
Goes back to what we were talking about. Shoot with a purpose.
All to McAvoy, sends one across ice, and Coyle shot it wide.
That shot from the right wing by Coyle, though. He's got nothing, right? So put it right on the pad of Lankinen, and it's a big rebound that comes out the other way.
McAvoy fighting through a check on the far circle, had it knocked away, and now the Canucks come back. Ratu will skate it across the Boston line and then left it behind, and Beecher going the other way in a hurry. Beecher down the left wing circle, fires, and the save made by Lankinen. Puck came in behind the net. Quinn Hughes has it. Looking up ice. He will saucer one all the way out into the neutral ice, but bounces down to Andrew Peak. Off the near boards. Pass missed Beecher. With 4:40 to play here in the first period. Redirected deep into the Boston zone by DeBrusk. Swayman helped it around toward the near side. Brazo taps it on to Elias Lindholm. Lindholm from just inside the red line sweeps it deep. Lankinen out behind the net, hands it off for Myers, who struggled to find the handle at first, but now does. Dump in by DeBrusk, who's shouldered by Brazo. Around the near boards it comes. Marchand knocks down Pettersson. Lifted into the air by Peak. Bouncing puck into the Vancouver zone. Brazo trying to get around Myers to get after it. Instead, here's a centering pass. Marchand! First it was Lindholm and then Brazo, and Brazo's shot goes up and out of play. 4:01 to go in the first period. Bruins and the Canucks scoreless on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on the 2025 Honda CR-V and a 3.9% APR on the 2025 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for just $1, and everyone is going, including you. Just a hunch. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Third-party delivery prices may be higher.
Hi, this is Trent Frederick, and I'm excited to team up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families this year. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger, up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 1.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Passport and a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
.401 left here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks. Total of 9 shots on goal through the first 16 minutes. Good opportunity there for the Bruins in the offensive zone just before the break.
Yeah, the good opportunity was Brazo, and Branson he really wasn't covering anybody. And the puck, he tried to stop Lindholm from getting to a puck, and Brazo had that upper half of the net from point blank, and Branson kind of stuck out his leg. It just went off his leg and wide.
Here's McAvoy with a shot with Geekie in front, but that never made it to the net. Now it's cleared out. McAvoy taking Joshua to the boards far side. Lohrei will bring the puck out toward the Bruins blue line. Sends one across ice to Pasternak, just inside the Vancouver line. He's battling with Hughes. Zacha has the puck on his stick. Gives back to Pasternak. Throws one toward the slot. Nobody there. Kicked off a defender right to Geekie, but couldn't get a shot as he got forced wide of the net. Now Geekie in the right wing corner. Poked up the boards, and Suter challenged by McAvoy. Joshua will bring it out here for the Canucks and skate his way forward all the way into the Boston zone.
Yeah, but just pounded all the way by Geekie coming back into the zone.
And an easy turnover for Lohrei to give it to McAvoy. 3:05 to go here in the first period. Carlo banking one up the left wing through Frederick. McLaughlin giving chase along the far boards. It's taken now by Bluger. Soucy will drop back behind the Vancouver net with it. Outlet pass coming across the ice. Nobody over here for the Canucks. Boyle mishandled, but right over to Carlo. No harm, no foul there. Frederick will bring it across the Vancouver line, right wing side. Long shot, stick save made by Lankinen. And the puck goes out of play as the Canucks look to clear it.
Scoring chances hard to come by right now. I think Vancouver had probably 2 of them, right? That one-timer from the right wing side, and I throw Garland in there. Bruins have had a couple looks. They've had some chances around the front of the net. Been some loose change there. certainly Braza with the best opportunity.
It's your player, and you got to get a sleepy start to the game from both sides like this. What can wake you up here?
Well, it's not about waking up. I mean, I think both teams just putting a premium on how they're defending right now, and the Bruins will kind of focus on them, certainly. Yeah. But they're just preaching, stay with it, stay with good habits, making sure that we're not cheating because we're not on the board yet. We're not cheating.
It's Elias Lindholm trying to get one in front. It'll come into the crease and covered up by Lankin.
That's the thing that the coaching staff will stress, the leaders will stress. Do not cheat this game. We're in a good spot right now. Yeah, we're not on the board. It's scoreless. We get that, but we haven't given anything up.
Don't get impatient.
Don't get impatient. Right? Don't cheat. And making sure you're in good position, making sure you're doubling up, coming back into your zone, making sure your gaps are good. The layers they preach all the time have to be there, and they have been.
Face-off win here by Zacha. Pasternak helped it back to the point. Now Pasternak backhanding one toward the corner. Susi gets in the way of that one. Hit the linesman, kicked right to Geekie, and he has a great chance, but kicked away by Lankinen. Now Pasternak back to the point here for Zadorov. Center blue line, a shot blocked wide. Geekie along the end boards to Zacha. Geekie comes in to try to help him maintain possession as well. Geekie backhands it toward the near corner rather. Peak pinching in there to keep possession, and does. Behind the net to Geekie, working his way to the far circle. Centering pass all the way across for Pasternak was knocked away before it got there, and it'll be Ratu to bring it ahead. Under 90 seconds to play here in the first period. Puck came behind the Bruins net. Zadorov going to lift it off the far glass and out, but it goes out of play into the bench. So the faceoff will come back into Boston territory with 1:22 to go here in a scoreless first.
Good break there. That puck, you said it hit the linesman, and Geekie walked right to the middle of the ice, coming from the left wing boards. In great shooting position. A little frustrated as he goes to the bench, but he's had a couple looks here this period.
Geekie, just the one goal in 17 games so far this year. Face-off win here for the Bruins. Lohrei sent it behind the net. McAvoy
went helmetless during warm-up today. Maybe trying to change some things up, I guess.
Yeah. Old school.
Well, a lot of guys do, but he usually doesn't.
Right. Up the near boards, courtesy of McLaughlin. Gets it out of the zone. Boyle overskated near the red line, but it's tapped loose toward Frederick, and Hughes gets there in time for the Canucks. 55 seconds to go in the period. Settling behind his own net is Roenick. Hughes out toward his own blue line. Pass up the middle. Besser, Heinen sends one over toward Bluger, but long backhander kicked away in front of the net, and Bruins get it out. 35 to go in the period. Here's Heinen getting it right back into the Boston zone. Carlo goes into the near corner, spins it around the boards toward the far side. Brazo pass into the far circle for Lindholm, and
good support.
Marchand kicks it along to Carlo. Now Marchand backhanding one in to the attack zone, but Brazo was in there offside on the delayed call. Bruins tag up. Canucks with the puck here with 12 to go in the period. Besser on the near wall, couldn't find it. Carlo lobs it back toward the Vancouver blue line. Brazo able to knock it away from Brandstrom, but the siren will sound to end the first period. With neither team on the scoreboard as of yet, Bruins with a 9-3 shots on goal advantage in the first 20 minutes. We'll be back with more from TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Innovate. Polestar car and their electric SUV, Polestar 3, is no different. From the intuitive infotainment system to its head-turning design, Polestar 3 is for drivers unwilling to compromise. That means merging a spacious, luxurious interior with the torque and handling of a sports car. Visit Polestar Boston today for competitive lease offers and book a test drive for Polestar 3 at polestarboston.com.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Hey, it's Maz reminding you every day is game day at the DraftKings Sportsbook, and now through the end of the year, it's extra special. All customers will get a special daily promo every single day. Football, basketball, hockey, whatever your favorite sport is, get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook. From profit boosts, odds boosts, no sweat bets, and more, there's something for everyone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use the code SportsHub, and take advantage of special daily promotions. Again, the code is SportsHub. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Hope is here. Call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. 1+ promotion per day. Promotion sport eligibility and requirements vary. Ends December 31st, 2024. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
Dave & Buster's is ready to host your worker social party this holiday season. Jingle, mingle, and play with food, drinks, and entertainment, and most importantly, fun. Braintree, Natick, Woburn, Providence, and Manchester, New Hampshire.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days with a sporty new Civic, Accord, HR-V, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord or CR-V, a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic, and a 3.9% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Well, next time, do what I do. Get there without the traffic torment and just take the train. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free and enjoy later nighttime service after the game. And if the game's on a weekend, ride with $10 weekends. Get tickets on board or with the M-Ticket app.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for just $1, and everyone is going, including you. Just a hunch. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Third-party delivery prices may be higher.
Anyone can skate in a beer league.
The hockey is just an excuse to get out with the guys and drink beer.
But only the best can skate in the Beers League.
They're a good bunch of guys. Dumber than a sack of hammers, but good.
Here's what's on top of Beersy's list this week.
Bruins and Vancouver, no score after one. And on tonight's episode of the Beers League, it's the second of a two-parter. We looked previously at the biggest disappointments through the first quarter of the NHL season. Tonight we're going to look at some of the positive surprises, and there's been no bigger positive out of the gate than the Winnipeg Jets. They set an NHL record, winning 15 of their first 16 games.
And the dream start for the Jets continues. They are 15-1. They beat the Rangers by a score of 6-3. They've won 7 straight and are 7-0 on the road.
Yeah, Winnipeg Jets have been a great story, right? Connor's off to a terrific start. Got a guy like Hellebuck in goal last night. 43 saves for him last night. It was a good showdown against the Minnesota Wild, a team we're going to touch on in a second here. But for the Winnipeg Jets, I think you look at it. About as team effort as you can get, right? I mean, you've got a defenseman a lot of people, unless they really pay attention, don't know, and Morrissey, who's outstanding on the back end. Kyle Connor's been really good up front. Mark Scheifele had a hat trick the other day against the Florida Panthers. They had a home and home against Florida. That was a wild one, right? So you can't get two teams. Well, you can get two teams further apart, but not many.
Not by much.
Yeah. So. But Winnipeg's been a really good story. And the number one power play in the NHL, they've cooled off a little bit, but they couldn't keep up the pace that they were on. They're at 33.8% right now, and that is good enough for number one in the NHL. So Winnipeg now sitting at 18-4 on the season. 15 of those wins have come in regulation. They've put up 89 goals in their 22 games, and they've been stingy defensively as well, only 52 goals against the Hellebuck net.
A plus 37 goal differential through 22 games, and Hellebuck leading the league in goals against and save percentage, and with a league-high 3 shutouts as well. Well, staying in the Central Division, Minnesota Wild only have 4 regulation losses in their first 21 games this season. It's something that Wild coach John Hines hopes they can sustain that momentum going forward.
Your first 10 to 20 games, there's lots to build on, but if you can get off to a good start, it gives you a strong foundation.
Yeah, they lost last night to the Winnipeg Jets, so only their 4th regulation loss this season. They're 13-4-4. A big part of it's their road record, 9-1-3. They picked up points in 12 of the 13 road games so far this season. But they have lost Kaprizov. I'm not sure about how long he'll be out of the lineup. That's I don't know if they announced that yet. Have you heard?
It's not as bad as they thought.
That's great news for them, because some people were promoting him already as the MVP this season. He's been that good for the Minnesota Wild and that valuable to the Minnesota Wild.
And he's tied for 3rd in the league in points right now with 34 points in 20 games played. Washington Capitals made a quick exit from the playoffs last year. This year came roaring out of the gate, won 8 of their first 10 games, and Spencer Carberry's team is an early contender in the Metro.
I think it's part of the reason why we've been successful is we're pretty dialed in when it comes to how we check these teams and how we need to play structurally.
14-6-1 on the season. That's been pretty solid for them, and they're 23rd in the NHL on the power play. And it wasn't that long ago they were even lower than that. Right. Now they're going to have to do it with Alex Ovechkin, who's out for a little while with a leg injury. But I think it surprised everybody, basically because of their goal differential last season, that they made the playoffs in the first place. And it was a pretty easy out. I shouldn't say that. The Rangers took care of them pretty well in that first round. So this year they've come out of the gate quickly to see if they can sustain it. They've been a good team so far.
And Ovechkin was such a huge part of that. 15 goals in 18 games, out 4 to 6 weeks with a broken leg. And finally, the LA Kings. They lost Drew Doughty to a broken ankle during the preseason. They had to start the year on a franchise record road trip, and yet there they are, still near the top of the Pacific.
We'll take the record. There was a lot of positive stuff there. A few things as where we've seen that we had to do better. If you don't do it better, you lose on the road. So, but all in all, we'll accept it and move forward.
Yeah, I think they lost 7-2 to the San Jose Sharks the other day. So don't.
It happens.
Yes, I guess it happens. Another team that's tied with them, or excuse me, 2 points ahead of them in the standings in the Pacific Division. I'd also throw Calgary in there as a nice surprise to start the year.
Absolutely. So that's our look at some of the positive surprises from around the league, as just about everybody is at least a quarter of the way through their schedule. In fact, I think the only team that is not past the 20-game mark is the one that's here tonight to visit the Bruins. That's the Vancouver Canucks playing their 20th game of the year. The Bruins and the Canucks are scoreless at the end of one period of play. It is a 9-3 shots on goal advantage through the first period for the Bruins in a fairly uneventful first 20 minutes. Neither team took a penalty, so neither team has a power play chance as of yet. We'll have more coming up from TD Garden, and in between then and now, we'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Matt McCarthy here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Thanksgiving Day, a time for turkey, family, giving thanks, and most importantly, fantasy football. Before the Bears, Lions, Giants, Cowboys, Dolphins, and Packers take the field, get the best lineup advice with Fantasy Sports Radio.
Josh Jacobs is going to carve up the Dolphins like a Thanksgiving turkey.
From DFS to start-sit questions, spend your Thanksgiving Day with Fantasy Sports Radio. Sirius XM 87 and on the Sirius XM app.
Through the years
Welcome your family and friends home with timeless Christmas music and carols on Hallmark Radio.
It's the most wonderful time.
A channel that fills the season of giving and gathering with sounds of warmth and good cheer.
You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear
Hallmark Radio on Channel 105 through Christmas Day, or listen at home with the Sirius XM app, along with dozens of other holiday channels and specials.
Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps it. There's a chance. Rebound, Caulfield shoots and scores.
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
The biggest plays.
What a save!
Hits.
Oh, hard hit.
Goals.
McDavid scores!
Tune to NHL Network Radio for the most in-depth hockey talk on the planet.
He is the GM of the Minnesota Wild.
Insiders,
the revenues and the big business,
and the best analysis on the air.
Alex Ovechkin!
The NHL on Sirius XM. Hear every team and your hometown call. NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and on demand with the Sirius XM app. Score! 24/7 hockey talk.
To understand that you are allowed to legally still check the head, not just the head. The head by itself is a penalty. If you wanted to change it, that would be like in the IIHF. That's probably a penalty at the Olympics. That's probably at the World Juniors. That guy's gone and suspended. I ask you, do you want that?
Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and on your schedule with the Sirius XM app.
Sports Hub headlines.
Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Now open in Weymouth, Canton, Bedford, and Natick. Scoreless after one period of play at the Garden tonight between the Bruins and the Canucks. Jeremy Swayman just needed to make 3 saves in the first, 9 shots on net for the Bruins in that period. Just one other game in action tonight across the NHL. Utah and Montreal scoreless after one. Patriots making a surprise move today, releasing starting left guard Michael Jordan. They've claimed guard Lester Cotton off waivers from the Miami Dolphins. Pats were on the practice field today. Jabril Peppers was back in the building after being reinstated by the league yesterday. Aaron Rodgers said if he plays in 2025, he'd want to play for the Jets. Josina Anderson, meanwhile, reporting Daniel Jones could sign with the team tomorrow. Raiders now a contender after the injury to Gardner Minshew. Celtics off until Friday when they take on Chicago in the final game of the NBA Cup group stage. And notorious Scott Boras mouthpiece John Heyman reporting tonight that the Red Sox have stepped up their efforts to sign Juan Soto. Should note that Juan Soto is a Scott Boras client. Headlines are brought to you in part by the Authentic Pro Centennial Game Jersey. The black Authentic Pro Centennial Game jerseys have arrived. Shop the special edition jersey made to the exact specifications the Bees will be wearing on the ice on December 1st. The Authentic Pro jersey comes in an exclusive, individually numbered commemorative packaging to make for a one-of-a-kind collector's item. Visit BostonProShop.com to shop now and celebrate the Centennial Game in style. RJ and Bob have the call of the second period next. On the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Happy holidays. Welcome to the Nissan year-end sales event. Are you interested in
a test drive? Absolutely.
Great. Well, there's the new V6-powered Frontier.
Oh.
The Rogue with an available 12.3-inch touchscreen.
All right.
Oh, and the all-new Kicks, which has intelligent all-wheel drive.
Nice.
So, what do you think? Finished with all your holiday shopping?
About to be. Toss me the keys. Let's go.
Hurry in for the best deals of the year, only at the Nissan year-end sales event. Now, get a low $259 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Available feature, intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees, 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.69 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 12/2/24.
With the cost of everything going up today, wouldn't it be nice to save money, especially on your insurance? And if it was easy to do? At Hub International New England, they're making it simple to protect your family, home, and more. With one call to their new number, 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Easy, right? 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub is the largest insurance broker in New England and offers the widest possible range of options in personal insurance from the best companies like Safety Insurance. Save money and time by calling 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub International New England. They take insurance personally. Learn more at GoCallHub.com. That's GoCallHub.com.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hi, this is Trent Frederick. I have teamed up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, they will be enabling a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Hockey season means it's Peerless Boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless Boiler. Don't wait. Act now. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Hey, DQ fans, get a $7 meal deal, a chicken strip basket, or one of DQ's signature stack burgers. Grab your favorite from the DQ food menu today. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
big savings?
Yep, which means...
it's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
The biggest games in the world.
Ovechkin fires. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Bruins and Vancouver played a scoreless first period. We were joined downstairs by Mark McLaughlin, his first NHL game of the year. Mark, what was the feeling like when you got the call last week that you were coming back up?
It was really exciting. It's a culmination of a lot of hard work to get back here. Obviously, striving in Providence to be back here every day. So, really excited for myself and my family.
You mentioned the other day that you feel like your game's come a long way in the last year. What's been the biggest improvement in your eyes?
Just confidence. I feel like, every year down there in Providence, you get more experience. Every call up here, you get more experience. So, just every time a little bit more comfortable and know what's expected.
What was your focus coming into this one?
Just play my game. That's what they told me, and I was sticking to that. Play hard, play a 200-foot game, and take care of the details.
Mark, we appreciate the time. Good luck in the second period.
Thank you.
Thanks to Mark McLaughlin for joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
Yeah, really sound defensive period for the Bruins. I mean, they didn't give Vancouver credit for any high danger chances in that first period. I think they went maybe the second half of the first period, almost the last 10 minutes without allowing a shot on goal. And the Bruins, pretty good opportunities of their own. I mean, Geekie had one, Brazo had one. There were a couple others, but territory-wise, you like the way that the Bruins kind of control their puck in the offensive zone. Now you need some finish without sacrificing anything at the other end.
Here's Marchand with the puck in front of the Bruins bench. Got shoved away from it and out near the red line now. Elias Lindholm able to get it back. Off the far boards. Puck played on for Pasternak, and he'll chase it in deep behind the Vancouver net. Down to our left here in the second period. Puck is backhanded up ice by Pettersson. Lorai, just ahead of Sherwood, goes behind the Bruins net. Left it back there for McAvoy. McAvoy brings it out toward the top of the face-off circle. Now pivots away from Joshua. Lorai's got it back now in the near corner. Pass went between Zacha and Pasternak. It'll come down into the Vancouver zone and backhanded out of there by Brandstrom. On the near boards, just inside the Boston zone. Zacha able to take it away. He's got Pasternak up ice to the backhand, and the save made. Rebound thrown back in front of an empty net. They still battle for it. No one can find it. And it's Garland, a backhand that out of the zone here for Vancouver.
A beautiful backhand pass up the middle of the ice that time to find Pasternak behind everybody. Pasternak tried to make the move, forehand, backhand, 5-hole. And Lankinen just closed the door on him. I don't know how they didn't put it into the empty net after that.
On the near boards, it's McLaughlin. Turnaround shot, stick saved by Lankinen. And the puck taken and lifted high up into the air by Bluger. Settled down in the neutral ice by Wotherspoon. It'll come across ice, and Frederick's got it. Backed up into the Boston zone here. Coyle will backhand it in from the red line down into the Vancouver end. Soucy takes a bump from Frederick as he went behind the net. Puck comes back toward Lankinen, steers that away from his crease. Off the near boards, Heinen tapped it loose, but Bruins get it back. McLaughlin giving to Kastelik. Kastelik down the left wing circle, going to the front.
You know he's going to take the puck strong to the front of the net.
He certainly did. Lankinen, I think, poked that away with his stick as puck touched with a high stick in the neutral zone here.
As the Bruins have come out with, high danger chances continue, right? Kastelik just takes it real strong to the front of the net. Lankinen, I don't know if he got a piece of it, but the Bruins get this nice backhand pass through the neutral zone by Zacha up to Pasternak behind the defense. He tries to go 5-0, and Lankinen on the clean ice ends up sliding right out of the crease and off to the side of the net, and the Bruins had 2 or 3 whacks at the next opportunity. Vancouver had 3 or 4 guys there. Lankinen gets knocked down, falls down, trying to get back into the net. The Bruins can't put it home.
We've got 2:25 gone by here in the second period as the Canucks come forward. Baines to Hughes, and now back to Baines. He lost his edge inside the Boston zone. Zadorov went falling over top of him. Cleared out here by Koepke.
I said no goals, no penalties either in this game.
No. Hughes skating into the neutral ice. Pass off to the left wing side. Winding and firing was Höglander, and the save by Swayman. No rebound.
Outside the dot. Outside the dots. Protect the middle. If they're going to get a shot, it's one shot. And it allows Swayman to make a save without a rebound. And it's from outside the dot. That's the first shot in almost 13 minutes.
Yeah, Vancouver had 3 shots on goal in the first period, and they all came within a couple of minutes of each other. It felt like in that middle portion of the first period. Face off to Swayman's right. Pulled back toward the corner by Lindholm. McAvoy's pass to Marchand coming out of the zone. Marchand gives it back to McAvoy. He'll carry into the Vancouver end down the right circle and around behind the Canucks net. Sends one in front. Marchand was waiting, as was Brazeau. And the Canucks will take one away here in front of the net. And DeBrusk sends it up the right wing side. And Lora able to hold off Sherwood long enough to draw the whistle for an icing.
Sherwood asking the linesman for an explanation there. But he was held up a little bit.
Now the Bruins will get an attack zone face-off off the icing here. 3:12 gone in the second period. Geekie, Zacha, and Pasternak with McAvoy and Lora. Geekie to take the face-off. And Pettersson pulled it back into the corner, lifted up and out. Lora settles it back near the Boston blue line. Played it off the near boards. Pettersson got it and dumped it right back in behind Swayman. McAvoy picks it up from his goaltender, sent it around the far board. Suter kept into the blue line. Now Lorai's got it. He backhands out. Geekie will chop it up the right side. Here's Pasternak moving in right circle. Centering pass. Zacha's shot. Save made by Lankinen. No rebound.
That's a good breakout. And one pass is going to beat a couple of Canucks. All of a sudden you've got the 3-on-2 coming up the ice here. Geekie, 2 Canucks go to Geekie right in front of the benches. He's going to chip it off the wall. Pasternak sees the late man Zacha coming to the net. Lorai opens up the passing lane by going to the net. Ends up being a 3-on-2, and Lankinen making another good save here, moving to his right.
Face-off will take place to his right, with Lindholm, Marchand, and Brazeau. Here's circle. Lindholm pulled it toward the slot. Carlo out near the blue line, pressured, lost it, and he comes back and makes a defensive play to hold up the Canucks rush. Now here's Garland.
Just
in front of the net.
Running into black jerseys. You know, there's no time and space for the Canucks right now. So far, so good to make plays.
Lindholm into the Vancouver zone. Deflected puck goes up in the air. Garland got knocked down. Come on. Wotherspoon touches the puck to draw the whistle. And it'll be Brad Marchand, who's headed to the box.
Not without some argument. It's kind of a push, a cross-checking motion, but a push on Garland in the middle of the ice.
So the captain will sit here, and Vancouver gets the first power play.
It's to the left hip of Garland. It's a push. But it's the motion, I guess. But hey, the Bruins have had 5 games in a row now with good penalty kill. Going to make sure that continues here with the captain in the box.
And they've killed off 14 in a row over that 5-game span.
Those are good numbers in terms of obviously not allowing a goal, but the amount of penalties you're taking.
Puck will come behind the Bruins net here. Zadorov fires it to the near side. DeBrusk out of the blue line, keeps it alive. Beecher had dropped his stick, gets it back now as the puck played in the near corner by DeBrusk. Now swept behind the net by Besser. Around to Hughes, waiting for it at the left point, and his pass redirected out of the zone by Coyle. Beecher's got it and comes ahead shorthanded to the left wing circle and around behind the Vancouver net. Still carrying the puck as he goes around the far boards. Now taken away, and Hughes will work the Canucks ahead. Steps into the Boston zone. Down the left wing circle far side. 1:20 to go on the power play for the Canucks. Besser throws one toward the net. Off of McAvoy's leg, it went wide. Played back out of the corner, and it's Garland. Hughes, center of the blue line, backing his way toward the near side. Back over to Garland, now to Hughes again. Hughes deals it off for Pettersson at the top of the right circle. Back to Hughes, and his shot came through the slot and into the corner. All the way around to the far side. It'll come back to Hughes. Rolling puck settled. Besser, center blue line. 48 to go on the power play. Hughes coming toward the near side. Shot deflected off of Peak. Here's Pettersson. Back to Hughes and Pettersson again at the right circle. Peak got a stick on that pass.
It's a good left pad save by Swayman on a puck that may have changed direction.
Pettersson along the right circle. Up top for Hughes. 28 to go on the power play. Hughes takes it toward the far side. Beecher shadowing him. Now Besser from the left hash marks. Hands off over there to Garland. Down low for Besser. They continue to cycle it around. Up top here for Hughes with a shot. Deflected. Save made. Rebound score. And it's Jake DeBrusk with the backhand.
I don't know if this one's going to count. The Bruins won a high stick. That puck was a high shot coming from the point that time. DeBrusk was able to chip it home, but that puck never made it through to Jeremy Swayman. We'll see if the Bruins were going to challenge this. Referees are going to talk about it right now. But that puck was played with a high stick on its way in.
Just kind of got shot into a bunch of traffic in front.
If there's enough there to overturn it.
Right.
It's right in front of the net. It's not the DeBrusk stick that catches it either, right? It's Besser's, is it not?
Garland.
Or Garland, excuse me.
Right.
But I don't think there's enough. It's got to be above the crossbar. They're letting the Bruins take a long look at it. Yeah, they're gonna drop the puck. Say it's a goal. It's close, but I don't think it's above the bar.
So Jake DeBrusk in his return here to TD Garden gets his 6th of the year.
Marchand giving the referee an earful now as he comes out of the box. Want the penalty call, I'm sure. Well, maybe not. Maybe they will challenge.
Oh, let's hear it. Official's microphone is inoperable at this point.
They test
apparently.
These things before the game.
They do.
I know they do.
So the officials will take a look.
They're challenging for a high stick.
So at 14:07 left here in the second, Vancouver potentially has taken a 1-0 lead. Jake DeBrusk has gotten off to kind of a typically streaky start in Vancouver. Didn't score a goal first 10 games of the year. Has 5, pending 6 here.
It's the shaft of Garland's stick that catches this puck.
Kind of directs down, but again, these kind of high sticks are often tough to make the call because you don't have a perfect angle at it.
There are no cameras that are exactly crossbar height.
Right.
And DeBrusk gets a good bounce. For all the chances the Bruins have had, and DeBrusk gets this good bounce, and he just kind of peels off the check by Peak in front. I don't think it's a high stick. Unless they're saying Garland directed it with his arm, maybe, as that puck. But The referee he tried to make the announcement, but his microphone wasn't working, so we're assuming they're challenging a high stick. If they lose this challenge, it goes back on the PK.
Right. The officials staring at the tablet, take off the headsets, and do we get an announcement here or no?
After Boston scores orange. The ruling on the ice stands. It was a deflection, not a hand pass. Therefore, it's a good goal.
So they were trying to determine whether it was a hand pass.
Okay.
In other words, with the arm to bump it over to DeBrusk.
So the goal
the
will count.
Rolled the dice, and the goal will count, and the Bruins will stay shorthanded, or go shorthanded again, I should say.
So Vancouver scores on the first power play chance for either side tonight. DeBrusk is 6th. His 3rd in 2 games. He had 2 goals and an assist on Saturday.
Bruins hadn't really given up anything on that PK either. You know, they fronted Hughes out at the point. They had good switches with their forwards out high. Contested the shot coming in. It's just they really had a good contained PK. And it takes a good bounce for the Canucks to score. So
Geekie serves the penalty for the incorrect challenge. Puck in front of the Bruins net, controlled by Lindholm. He'll rocket one around the far boards, but good keep by Pettersson on the far side.
It's got to get out.
Barlow played into the corner. Behind the net, Zadorov will send it hard around the wall. Kept in by Garland, but second effort cleared by Lindholm. Hughes comes back to get it behind his net with 1:18 to go on the Bruins penalty. Here's Garland skating in across the Boston line. Pass off the far boards. Knocked out of the zone by Marchand. Hughes back inside his own zone here once again. Minute even to go here on the power plays. Garland sends it hard around the boards to the far side. Bounced away from DeBrusk. Got a chance to clear, and they do. Lankinen all the way out into the near corner just in front of the goal line to play that puck. Brandstrom steals over to Joshua. It's off balance by Koepke in front of the Vancouver bench. It'll come across to the near side now for Sherwood, and he dumps it in around the boards to the far side. Reversed back in behind the Bruins net. Came out in front, but all the way back to Brandstrom at the blue line. Now Sherwood to Brandstrom, center blue line with a shot wide of Swayman. Comes hard off the end boards, and right to Zadorov, who clears all the way down. 15 seconds left on the Boston penalty. Roenick will bring up into the Bruins zone. A centering pass for Heinen. Couldn't find the handle. Now thrown to the net by Sherwood, and the glove save made by Swayman.
Yeah, another good PK. I mean, they did just about everything right on the last penalty kill. There was one opportunity to clear a puck where they didn't get it. That was off a face-off win. They probably had one on this one here as well. You still got 6 seconds to kill, but Vancouver's only shots in this game have come during these last 2 power plays. You know, one fairly dangerous one by Garland in the first period, but Swayman has seen just about everything.
I was going to say, he saw that. I mean, that was maybe a dangerous shot, but he saw it all the way and made the glove save on that.
Yeah, you can't get too discouraged now. Now you got to finish at the other end, but don't take shortcuts on the defensive side of things based on the way that you're playing. You haven't given them anything. Tough call on Marchand. A good break.
Geekie out of the box. Team's at full strength. Just under 12 minutes to play here in the second period. Vancouver up by 1. Geekie pushed it back behind his net.
Tell you what, you throw a cross check on you're going down though.
Here's a puck hitting Lohrei, and the skate turned over. Höglander right circle, a centering pass, and it got through Heinen, who had a chance.
Swayman taking a little exception in front of the net. That's one of the few mistakes the Bruins have made coming out of their own zone. There was one a little earlier in the first period, but right play, it just hits Lohrei right in the skate. Now you're vacating the zone and trying to make that pass back door.
Bruins get whistled for an icing here with 11:26 to go in the second. So face off to the right of Swayman. Charlie Coyle in there for Boston, down to our right. Off the face-off, puck pulled free by Hronek. He'll push it back toward Garland at the blue line. His shot hit a leg in front. McAvoy's got it on his stick near corner. Pass out into the neutral zone for Geekie. Floats it ahead, and Lindholm able to bat it out of the air. And in behind the Vancouver net it goes. Bruins getting some changes on here with 11:03 to go in the period. Roenick played it off the far boards. Natu couldn't get a stick on it. Instead now it comes back to Vancouver, and Myers played off the near boards, and it's just offside. As it came out, Marchand played it back in. So we got 10:52 to go here in the second period. Vancouver on the board first. They lead it 1-0 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This Thanksgiving, gobble up something good on the SiriusXM app. From dinner party mixes to a feast of live football, food podcasts, and more fall fixings.
Jared back, looking, lofting right side. Amon-Ra St. Brown, touchdown Detroit Lions.
We're serving up the perfect soundtrack for any moment this holiday weekend. Just search Thanksgiving in the SiriusXM app.
Sports Grid Radio on SiriusXM has you covered this NFL season.
A Thanksgiving tripleheader in the Sports Grid Network will have you covered with in-game live action. Chicago versus Detroit, New York versus Dallas, Miami versus Green Bay. 3 games, a big Thanksgiving Day feast. Make sure you tune in to Sports Grid Radio to stay up to date on all the latest.
The place to get the winning edge over the sports books this football season is Sports Grid Radio. Channel 159 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Join me, Scott Laughlin, and Gord Stellick, along with former NHLer Mike Johnson for NHL Morning Skate, weekday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
.10:52 left second period. Vancouver 1-0.
That entire commercial timeout, Brad Marchand and the referee having a conversation. It seemed cordial enough. The referee gave him his chance to vent, but it was under control. But the entire minute and a half, they were having this conversation.
Veteran referees Eric Furlat, Dan O'Rourke working tonight's game.
There's some referees that would not give him that time. I offside here. I don't know if he got the explanation he wanted, but at least he got the time to.
Right.
Some referees just don't have that patience to want to talk to you, and some players, aren't the easiest to talk to either. So. But we've all heard this. The stuff that goes on the ice. There's a lot of stuff that can't be repeated by us anyhow.
Can be a lot of give and take between the officials and the players too. Right?
Get fired in a pretty big hurry here, but
puck goes out of play.
There's a lot of give and take, exactly. But some referees you can talk to, some you can't, and that same way with players. Some players. You get the intensity just gets turned up so much down there, and you lose it sometimes, and the referee, he'll usually give you once or twice to yell it, and then he'll give you a little warning. Okay, I've listened to you.
Right, that's enough.
Taken it.
Right. Yep.
If you keep going, I'm giving you 2.
Puck comes off the near wall and in behind Jeremy Swayman it goes. I did too.
They had it signaled for icing.
Sure why it wasn't. Bruins get it cleared here. Hughes back in the Vancouver zone.
Move to come out, but I didn't see that. I didn't think he did.
Laughlin drops it back into the Bruins zone. Now Wotherspoon's pass ahead for Kastelik. On the near boards, he and Joshua collide. Vancouver with a puck. Hughes skating it up the far side. Brings in across the line. Left circle. Throws one on goal. Swayman makes the stick save. McLaughlin right there in the far corner.
From the boards at the hash marks. Trying to get a rebound or some kind of loose puck there.
Redrick popped one loose in the neutral ice. Chasing after it, but it'll be dumped back in here by Danton Heinen as he's shouldered by Wotherspoon. 9:38 to go here in the second period. 1-0 Vancouver has the lead on a goal by Jake DeBrusk. Luger weighed it down into the left wing corner. Wotherspoon had it backhanded up the wall. Here's Besser. Juleson fired back through the slot, trying to find Bluger. Instead, Besser out of the left wing corner. He banks it to Heinen. Back to the point and onto the near side for Juleson. Back over to Soucy. Soucy passes it down the left wing circle. Heinen tried to get it in front. Instead, it came back towards Soucy, and his shot right into Swayman. No rebound. 9:09 to go, second period. It's Vancouver 1 and the Bruins 0 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 1.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Passport and a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
Ever notice that OW is the beginning of owner? If you run a small business, you get it. From power outages to equipment failures to delivery mishaps, there's only so much you can control. Fortunately, that includes talking to an independent agent about safety insurance. Safety's competitive property and liability coverage provides protection from business interruptions, equipment breakdowns, and many other business ownership issues. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
Full house this holiday? Switch to Fios Home Internet with whole home Wi-Fi and get fully covered. That means you get the 100% fiber optic network in every room of your home with a Fios 1 gig internet plan. Perfect for when your extended family extends their stay. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. Whole home Wi-Fi includes one router and Wi-Fi extender. Wi-Fi extender provided during professional setup if recommended after Wi-Fi performance analysis or shipped upon customer request after setup. May require the purchase of additional Wi-Fi extenders.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid and a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Fans, Black Friday is 3 days away, and you can save big on your favorite Bruins items. Just stop by the Pro Shop powered by 47 this Black Friday between 10:30 and 11:30 a.m. You'll get 30% off, and from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., get 20% off. Plus, enter to win free Bruins tickets and more. Doors open at 10:30 a.m. this Friday, so get down to Causeway early to score savings. 9:09 left here in the second period. 1-0 Vancouver has the lead.
Yeah, that commercial timeout, it was Jeremy Swayman talking to the referee and getting the explanation on why that wasn't a hand pass. I thought it went off either the shaft or the stick, but if it hit his hand, did he make that motion, to get it to DeBrusk? And I think that's what they were complaining about, or the Bruins were challenging. I know it is.
Puck near the side of the Bruins net here. Coyle got it behind here for Lohrei. Bruins moving from right to left here on offense in the second period. Lohrei carries all the way to the Vancouver line. Pass off the right side. Koepke able to keep it moving against Höglander. Now pokes it down along the end wall. One toward the near circle, and Beecher races to it first. Coyle in the left wing corner. Here's Coyle dragging it free, but they'll lose it out of the zone before Lohrei can get a stick on it. Höglander takes one off the far boards and lifts it into the Bruins zone, but we get a whistle. Play offside.
I believe so. Fans don't want to hear it, right? It's 8:29 to go in the second period. Bruins haven't scored yet. They haven't given up a high-danger chance at 5-on-5.
Right.
So they're doing the job at one end. They've had some high-danger chances at the other. I mean, you got Pasternak with a breakaway early in the second period. And if he's scoring, if he's in rhythm and he's scoring, all of a sudden you've got the 1-0 lead. You get a good break on the power play goal. Vancouver does, but the Bruins are not giving up anything defensively.
Third straight game. I mean, they've been very stingy defensively. We talked about the pregame show.
It's a word that I like to use. You got to get. We were talking about it weeks ago.
Yeah. Puck goes in behind the net here with Lindholm finding Marchand. Back to Carlo with the right point. His shot goes up off the top glass.
But now they got to get generating some offense in this offensive end. They haven't had, they had 2 penalties against them. One kind of a marginal call on Marchand, but that's the one that Vancouver scores on. The Bruins challenge it, so they get another penalty for delay of game. But now they got to get back to some of that 5-on-5. They've only got, 4 shots this period themselves. A couple of them are really good ones. Zacha had a great one off the rush. Pasternak on the breakaway. But now you got to get back to really controlling the game in the offensive end like they did the latter half of that first period.
The Bruins having won 2 in a row. They, scored a total of 3 goals in those 2 games.
God.
Been held to 2 goals or less in 5 straight coming into this one. Pasternak just misses Zacha through neutral ice, but skating onto it was Peak. He throws one at the net, and it's gloved by Lankinen. Another face-off coming in the offensive zone.
Bruins have yet to have a power play in this game, and they've got power play goals in 3 straight, despite the lack of goal scoring.
Yeah, it's been the 5-on-5 that's been missing. It's not like they haven't generated chances in the last couple of games either. I mean, they've had, as we talked about earlier, some big opportunities. Pasternak in the near corner. Zacha gets the puck from him, brings it out toward the face-off dot. Now deals back to Zadorov, and a long shot. Glove save made by Lankinen.
Right, that goes back to my point for the pregame.
Shooting with purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nobody in front of the net. It's a second period. You got Vancouver in their own zone. You've got full control of the puck. Don't take a back foot wrister from the blue line standing still that the goaltender sees and gloves, and Vancouver can get a line change.
Right.
Keep control of the puck in the offensive end. Shoot with a purpose. Or don't shoot in that instance.
Yeah, I mean, you hear from Joe Sacco about shot-first mentality, but there's a time and a place for everything.
But he also added to that, saying, I'm not saying to shoot from everywhere all the time.
Right.
That's a perfect example.
Here's Marchand with a drive right off the face-off as Brazo goes in behind the net. Lindholm comes to help him out as well. Brazo digs it free, gives it off to Lohrei, who's down near the hash marks, to Brazo at the side of the net, dragging it out in front, and Lankinen knocks it away. Out into the neutral zone. Chopped to the backhand by McAvoy. McAvoy's got it back now. Steps from the center circle, in across the Vancouver line. Shot blocked out of play by Juleson.
I thought they might call Marchand Matt Garland. He's going back after him. That's a good size matchup. I wonder if Marchand thought that Garland took a little bit of a, I'm just going to go down here.
Helped it out a little. He helped it a little bit, yeah.
That's a good stick by Lankinen. Brazo tries to back his way to the front of the net from the goal line to get that puck on his forehand, and it's the second or third time that Lankinen's had a really alert stick down low. He was able to partially block a pass for Lindholm down in the first period, and that's a nice job there on Brazo reading what he's going to do.
Face off to his left on the far circle. Pasternak in the far corner. Floats it into the air. Frederick. Coyle. Now back to McAvoy at the right point. Fires it across here for Lohrei. Lohrei tried a shot. Besser blocked at it. Came to Frederick. Throws one in front. Pasternak and Coyle both trying to find the handle. Pasternak gives it to Coyle. A backhander hits the outside of the net.
Yeah, double shift for Pasternak here out from McLaughlin.
Lohrei whistles one across ice. Besser and McAvoy collided, and Besser lost his stick. Lohrei stepping around, pressure from Heinen. Lohrei moving a high slot, trying to get the puck to his backhand. We get a penalty coming against Vancouver.
Yeah, nice job by Lohrei. Both referees had this one called. Lohrei, a lot of confidence with the puck in the offensive zone to make plays. And this is going to be Besser going to the box. Rick Tocchet not happy.
Extra loud cheer from the fans here at TD Garden, and we've been waiting almost 2 periods to see a power play.
For the Bruins.
Yes.
Lohrei makes this happen, though. Fake shot. Pull the puck to the middle. They're going to say as he went right to the middle of the ice that Besser caught him. Besser complaining, and I can see why. It's a little whack, but hey, if you're going to call Marchand for what he did.
Right.
Yeah.
So Bruins 3 for 15 on the power play over the last 3 games, but a goal in each game. Certainly been a step in the right direction. Puck is cleared down ice right away here for the Canucks.
That was Ratty taking that faceoff. He goes right off the ice after winning that draw.
Zacha will bring through neutral ice, hands off to Pasternak, brings in across the Vancouver line. Right along the blue line, pass deflected. Marchand racing to keep it alive and backhands it wide of the net. Near side circle, Lindholm takes a look around, deals down below the goal line of Marchand. McAvoy to Pasternak. They'll swap positions. McAvoy with a puck back on his stick. Zacha on the right wing circle. Down low to Marchand. Marchand.
Oh, he could have taken. I thought he could have taken it right to the front there.
Backed off of Soucy instead. Zacha gives to Marchand along the right hash marks. He hands back to Zacha. They swap positions. Top of the circle. Zacha down low to Marchand. Marchand tried to center. It came right back to him. And along the far side post, Lankinen makes a save and then covers up.
I thought he had a lane initially, right from the goal line there. And he's also got backdoor. He's looking for Lindholm, trying to get that puck quickly to him, but doesn't materialize. They're trying to take away Pasternak on the back door. Lindholm's pretty tight there. I don't know if he could pop out a little bit if they might have him for a pass. Or if he goes to the net, then Pasternak can come into the little low slot.
Right. Just about midway through this power play chance. Bruins bring out second unit here.
This line's had 2 out of the 3 goals.
Right.
This unit.
Coyle, Brazo, and Frederick with Geekie and Laura.
It was Tyler Johnson last game, but yeah.
Here's Geekie with a drive. That's blocked. On the near boards. Bruins can't keep in. Hadu was able to get in front of that shot.
He goes right off on a line change again after the draw.
Lori from the center circle. Drives it into the right wing corner. Comes around the near side. Myers brings it along the end boards. Now it pivots back toward the near side. And Sherwood will bring it out of the zone here for Vancouver and dump it in to the Boston end with 34 seconds left on the power play. Frederick gives it to Lori. 25 to go with the man advantage. Lori's pass to Frederick coming through neutral ice. In across the Vancouver line. Tried to play it down toward the corner. Second effort got it through Juleson, but now one back and Joshua clears.
Coyle a little frustrated with himself on that pass there.
Swayman played it off the near boards. It jumped away from Coyle, and Pedersen able to sweep it back around behind Swayman. Played it back toward the corner, and Lori under pressure. Power play is over. Besser out of the box. So the Bruins 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Vancouver 1 for 2. That's the difference in the game. 1-0. Canucks lead it. Lori dumps it in. Kepke going in there hard against Hronek behind the net. Here's Kepke dealing it back to Peak. A long shot. Save made, and no rebound from Lankinen as Kastelik gets into it with Hronek in front of the net. This guy's jousting. Officials jump in between. 3:46 left, second period. Vancouver leads by 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 47 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2023 CY total sales.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for just $1, and everyone is going, including you. Just a hunch. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Third-party delivery prices may be higher.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank. Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
It's hockey night in Boston, and we've got a real barn burner on our hands. Time to grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, hockey fans win big on Bruins home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. Oh yeah, that's slapshot savings for all. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time at participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com/Bruins.
3:46 to go here in the second period. Vancouver leads 1-0. We've been talking about the interaction between the officials and the players. Referee Dan O'Rourke getting some equipment repairs over by the Bruins bench.
I think he took a stick up high, and Bruins equipment staff is fixing his helmet. So when Hronek and Kastelik going at it in front of the net, and Kastelik's stick came up and caught him. Must have damaged the shield a little bit on the helmet, but all fixed now.
Took the shield off. But he was over.
Matty Felkner and Keith Robinson, the equipment guys over there, getting that taken care of.
As he was over waiting for the repairs, just having some conversations with.
Oh, Kastelik came over and apologized.
Yeah.
He was going at it with Hronek in front.
So face-off in the offensive zone here for Geekie. Pasternak's got it on the far side, and he'll wrap it around the near boards. Zadorov fires it back around the wall. Peak waiting for it at the point. Over to Pasternak for a one-timer, and a glove save by Lankinen.
It's hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
Bruins will head right out after this one. Tomorrow night in Long Island. 7:30 face-off. Our pregame coverage at 7 o'clock across the network. Pasternak moves it through the high slot to the right wing circle. Centering. Had Geekie, but knocked away. Zadorov able to knock one
in between. That puck was trickling to him. I'm saying, step up on it, and then he didn't step up where he didn't back off, but he was able to get a stick on it before any damage was done. He was flat-footed. That puck gets by him.
Yeah, Garland was looking to go the other way in a hurry. Geekie moves it through the neutral ice. Pass off the right side. Peak dumps it in. Let's get some changes on as we hit 3 minutes to go in the period. Around the near boards, Garland will hack it past Wotherspoon. Marchand back near his own blue line. Gave it up and got it right back from Carlo. Marchand from the red line will dump it into the right wing corner. Soucy pivots away from the forecheck of Brazo. Marchand gets it and sends it around behind the net. Wotherspoon at the hash marks near side. Down low to Brazo. In the near corner, Marchand trying to keep it moving. Heinen and Lindholm come together along the near side circle. Lifted into the air. Comes down to Marchand, who throws one on goal. Stick saved by Lankinen. Soucy, they'll push it around toward the far wall. Carlo sends it back toward the end board. Soucy was there, but gives it away to Carlo again near the hash marks against Garland. Around it comes toward the near side. Lindholm taken away by Bluger. They'll play it up the right wing. Carlo will come back onto a free puck inside the Boston zone with 2 minutes to go in the period. Vancouver has the only goal through 38 minutes. Here's McLaughlin centering pass looking for Frederick. Kicked away from him. Hughes with the outlet pass for Besser. And the Canucks gain the attack zone. Lorai into the far corner. Gets position on Besser. They get tangled up. Boyle sent it up the wall, but kept alive by Hughes. Pivots away from some pressure. Throws one toward the net. And easy stop by Swayman. No rebound.
No, I mean, shot from the blue line. All the way near the boards. Nobody in front. I mean, Swayman's he's been in total control. I mean, nothing he could do on the DeBrusque goal.
Right.
But that's a credit to the guys in front of him right now and the way that they've played. Through most of the penalty kill, but certainly through 5-on-5 this entire game. It's their 9th shot on goal, and I probably guess 4 of them came on the power play. We'll double check that in between periods, but
Swayman said it the other night. Korpisalo, game before that, like they've gotten a ton of help here in the last couple of wins. Hughes tried to pass it, redirected into the corner. It'll come back to Hronek, and his shot stick aside and cleared by Kastelik. Will it make it far enough for icing? It will not. Now Hronek skates back onto it with 1:06 to go in the period. Hughes challenged by Pasternak in the Vancouver zone. Off the near boards, Geekie forcing a turnover in the neutral ice. Puck will come in on goal. Lankinen steers that aside. Hronek trying to stay away from Pasternak. Got it out to neutral ice, but McAvoy kicked one back toward the blue line. Bruins can't gain entry. Instead, the Canucks come back the other way with 43 to go in the period. Zacha out of the far corner. Pivots in front of Swayman. Now turns up ice. Passes across ice to the near side for Lohrei and dump in from just inside the blue line. Around to the far side. Pasternak able to win it from DeBrusk. Pasternak brings out toward the blue line. Tried to throw it toward the net. Hit DeBrusk. Kicked across ice. And here's Zadorov to Geekie. Myers pushes him out toward the blue line. And the puck comes out into the neutral zone with 15 to go in the period. Geekie redirecting a pass toward the Vancouver line. Turned away there by Brandstrom. Dump back in. It'll come into the near corner. Myers to it first. And he'll just play it behind the Vancouver net. Canucks more than happy to let the clock run out on the second period because they will take a 1-0 lead into the locker room through 40 minutes. Bruins out shooting Vancouver 20-9 so far, but haven't been able to find the back of the net as of yet. We'll be back to recap the first two periods coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Maz reminding you every day is game day at the DraftKings Sportsbook, and now through the end of the year, it's extra special. All customers will get a special daily promo every single day. Football, basketball, hockey, whatever your favorite sport is, get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook. From profit boosts, odds boosts, no sweat bets, and more, there's something for everyone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use the code SportsHub, and take advantage of special daily promotions. Again, the code is SportsHub. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Hope is here. Call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. 1+ promotion per day. Promotion sport eligibility and requirements vary. Ends December 31st, 2024. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never-give-up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL Shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. Fanatics experience.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. Whether it's a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, or powerful Ridgeline, turn your dream Honda into reality during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 1.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Passport and a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
With the cost of everything going up today, wouldn't it be nice to save money, especially on your insurance? And if it was easy to do? At Hub International New England, they're making it simple to protect your family, home, and more. With one call to their new number, 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Easy, right? 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub is the largest insurance broker in New England and offers the widest possible range of options in personal insurance from the best companies like Safety Insurance. Save money and time by calling 833-GO-CALL-HUB. Hub International New England. They take insurance personally. Learn more at GoCallHub.com. That's GoCallHub.com.
Streamline your IT with Intrasystems. An Intrasystems managed services offering provides unmatched support, security, and efficiency. Access, security, trust. Intrasystems.com.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
The Hauser family would like to give thanks to all of our staff and clients and wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving from Oakers Technologies, proud partner of your New England Patriots.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
big savings?
Yep, which means...
it's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Now Besser from the left hash marks. Hands off over there to Garland. Down low for Besser. Continue to cycle it around. Up top here for Hughes with a shot. Deflected. Save made. Rebound score. And it's Jake DeBrusk with the backhand. Yeah. Bruins would challenge that one for a potential hand pass. The officials looked at it, said it was not a hand pass for Connor Garland, and so Jake DeBrusk gets the power play goal, and that's the difference in the game. 1-0 at the end of 2. Vancouver has the lead.
That play specifically, hard to tell. I thought maybe at first it was a high stick or that's what they were challenging, but they were challenging. The shot came in. It was a little bit high, but it wasn't above crossbar. I think we both agreed on that. But did it hit Garland's hand as the shot came through, and did he direct it towards DeBrusk? A shot's coming through, and you're instinctively blocking or taking the shot off your hand, so you push it towards DeBrusk with the fist because you're holding the stick. I can see why it didn't get overturned. I mean, it was worth it. It was worth a shot, but I think you have an explanation from the league. The
Situation Room explanation was there was no hand pass prior to Jake DeBrusk's goal as the puck deflected off Connor Garland's glove.
So it wasn't the shaft of the stick; it was the glove, and they just determined that, that. I'll tell you, if they had said right off the bat that's a hand pass, it might have stuck.
It's one of those. It's tough to overturn either way, right?
Tough to overturn that. But the Bruins, look, I mean, it's there's good and bad to this 40 minutes so far, and the bad is again just not being able to capitalize. I mean, you had 2 great opportunities early in the second period. You had Pastrnak in alone, tried to go forehand, backhand, 5-hole. Lankinen was able to close the 5-hole. And then you had 3 or 4 whacks at it with Canucks just coming around the front of the net before Lankinen could work his way back in there. They had an open net. Zacha had an opportunity as well. You go back to the first period, you had Geekie taking the puck off the wall after a good break where the puck hit the referee in the skate, and he just brought it right to the front of the net. It was one-on-one with Lankinen, couldn't finish that. Brazo thought he had an open net. You could see by his reaction afterwards. It was Brandstrom that kind of not laid down, but got the leg out just to deflect it enough, so it went wide. So that's the downside right now is you're not getting your chances. I'd like to see a little bit more in terms of chances, but you're just not finishing them. But the flip side of things, and we preach this, and they've talked about it, wanting to get better defensively, wanting to be harder to play against. Vancouver doesn't have a high danger chance at 5-on-5. They don't. They have no shots from the middle of the ice. The last one came from the point, if you want to consider that high danger with some bodies in front. There's been no rebounds. The goal that they scored, so they have 9 shots on goal in this game. 7 of them have come 5-on-5, and they're all from the outside.
Right.
They're all from the outside. They get a good break on the DeBrusk goal, and that's the difference of the game. And then the Bruins didn't do anything on their power play. So there's your good and bad so far in this game. But the positive side of it is you've got 20 minutes to try to break through. They haven't scored a lot in the third period on home ice, but this would be a good day to start, other than the first game of the season. Defensively, they've done what they've wanted to. They've given Vancouver no time and space. They've given them no room, no chances from in between the dots. It's all been outside, and Swayman's had good looks and has been able to control rebounds. There's been no fires to put out in front of him, except for the power play goal.
Well, somewhere along the first 20 games, as the Bruins were struggling at times defensively, you said there's nothing wrong with trying to win games 2-1.
Yeah,
and
well,
the Bruins are regular, but over the last 3 games, they're putting themselves in positions to win games that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, so they're solving part of their problem,
right?
They don't have to. It's okay to play good defense without sacrificing your offense. It's some people will say, well, now they're sacrificing all their offense, but they've had the chances.
They're generating chances, though. It's just that they're not finishing.
I think they could generate a few more, yes, but now you got to get a greasy one. Just like Jake DeBrusk did on the power play. Now you got to get a greasy one. You got to get a little more sense of urgency maybe than they had on their one power play. You're not going to get many of them. Right. Each team has only had one in this game. It's the way that the game's kind of unfolding. Now you got to make your own. Now you got to make your own offense.
Our music of the game is brought to you by Live Nation at livenation.com. Vancouver has a 1-0 lead in our second intermission. We're going to check the Sports Hub headlines with Matt McCarthy coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Thanksgiving Day, a time for turkey, family, giving thanks, and most importantly, fantasy football. Before the Bears, Lions, Giants, Cowboys, Dolphins, and Packers take the field, get the best lineup advice with Fantasy Sports Radio.
Josh Jacobs is going to carve up the Dolphins like a Thanksgiving turkey.
From DFS to start-sit questions, spend your Thanksgiving Day with Fantasy Sports Radio. Sirius XM 87 and on the Sirius XM app.
It's a Thanksgiving tradition, the NFL on Sirius XM. And it all begins Thursday at 12:30 Eastern with the Bears and Lions.
70 yards from Jared Goff.
Followed by the Giants and Cowboys. Then the Packers and Dolphins.
Tua fires, touchdown Miami.
Hear the action on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the hometown announcers on your radios and the Sirius XM app.
Spread the word. Anyone can enjoy Sirius XM in the car during our Listen Free event, happening now through December 2nd.
Europe's top soccer clubs are battling it out in the UEFA Champions League, and you can hear all the top matches on Sirius XM FC.
Oh, Mo Salah! Simply sensational!
Two of the world's best meet in a rematch of the 2022 final as Liverpool take on Real Madrid.
Jude Bellingham's driving, scores!
It's the Reds versus Los Blancos, live from Anfield. Coverage begins Wednesday at 3 Eastern on Sirius XM FC 157 and streaming on the Sirius XM app.
Hey, this is James Hinchcliffe from Off Track with Hinch and Rossi. Do you love podcasts?
Yep.
Do you have a best friend?
Oh, yeah.
Do you like driving 200 miles per hour in a car with no roof?
Sure do.
Well, then join me and my best friend, IndyCar driver and 2016 Indy 500 winner Alex Rossi.
That's me.
Twice a week for Off Track with Hinch and Rossi on SiriusXM Podcast Network. All year round, we're talking IndyCar, F1, food, travel, and more with some of the biggest names from on and off the track.
So download Off Track with Hinch and Rossi now, available on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Centers. Hockey comes alive. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Sports Hub headlines.
Power play goal for Jake DeBrusk, and the Canucks lead the Bruins 1-0 heading to the third period tonight at TD Garden. 22 shots for the Bruins in the first two periods, but no goals. 8 saves for Jeremy Swayman so far tonight. Just one other game in action across the NHL right now. Utah and Montreal tied up at 1 in the third. Latest college football rankings are out. No changes in the top 4: Oregon, Texas, Miami, and Boise State. Patriots today with a surprise move, releasing left guard Michael Jordan. Started 11 of the 12 games this year. Claimed guard Lester Cotton off waivers from the Miami Dolphins. Jabril Peppers back in the building today after being reinstated by the NFL yesterday. John Heyman writing tonight, the Red Sox have stepped up their efforts in pursuit of Juan Soto. Celtics off until Friday when they take on Chicago in the final game of the NBA Cup group stage. The Centennial Jackpot 50-50 raffle presented by DraftKings is currently benefiting the Boston Bruins Foundation and the Brain Aneurysm Foundation, an organization that aspires towards a life without death or disabilities caused by brain aneurysm ruptures. To support the Boston Bruins Foundation, the Brain Aneurysm Foundation, and enter for a chance to win half of the Centennial Jackpot, visit bostonbruins.com/5050 to purchase tickets. Plus, purchase tickets by 11/27 tomorrow for a chance to win 2 tickets to the Centennial Game on the 1st of December. The raffle runs through the third period of the Centennial Game on December 1st. RJ and Bob have the call of the third period next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Happy holidays. Welcome to the Nissan year-end sales event. Are you interested in
a test drive? Absolutely.
Great. Well, there's the new V6 powered Frontier. Oh, the Rogue with an available 12.3-inch touchscreen.
All right.
Oh, and the all-new Kicks, which has intelligent all-wheel drive.
Nice.
So what do you think? Finished with all your holiday shopping?
About to be. Toss me the keys. Let's go.
Hurry in for the best deals of the year, only at the Nissan Year-End Sales Event. Now, get a low $259 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Available feature, intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees, 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.69 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 12/2/24.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCEnighttrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hi, this is Trent Frederick, and I'm excited to team up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families this year. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger, up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Hockey season means it's Peerless Boiler season. Now is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless Boiler. Don't wait. Act now. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
big savings?
Yep, which means...
it's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
This is a black and gold flashback.
Jammed up top, here's Coyle near point. Coyle, left circle, fired, they score! What a dish from long range by Charlie Coyle! He hit David Pastrnak, bottom of the left wing circle, a cannon shot! Here's Pastrnak, cuts to the slot, fires, he scores! Right off the hop, 8 seconds in, a rocket! It's 4-1 Bruins! Bruins keep the puck in, far point, Carlos shoots, deflected, they score! Throw him and he got him. That's a hat trick for David Pastrnak. The tip out in front. He's got a trio of goals tonight. 6-1 Bruins.
Tonight's black and gold flashback taking us back to this date in 2019. David Pastrnak with his 6th career hat trick. It was his 2nd hat trick of that season as the Bruins thrashed the Montreal Canadiens 8-1. Pastrnak now has 17 hat tricks for his career in the regular season. That is tied for 28th all-time in NHL history with some pretty good names. Guy Lafleur, Alexander Mogilny, Peter Stastny, all with 17. Tim Kerr, who I remember from growing up in Philadelphia. Bruins down by 1 as we get the third period underway. Jersey alluded to it during the second intermission chat. The Bruins do not have a goal in the third period on home ice since their home opener against Montreal. See if they can break that string here. You're so negative, Ryan. Just giving the numbers as they are. I will say they are 6-4-2 here on home ice, even without scoring in the third period. Oh, face off at center ice, and they'll have to do it again. Reset the clock to 20 minutes after a couple of seconds ticked off there. Lindholm and Pettersson.
Bruins got 2 shots in between periods.
A lot of that going around, it seems like.
Finished the period with 20 and then starting the period with 22.
They're a great team during the intermission, apparently. They always seem to outshoot the opposition while they're in the locker room.
Off the near boards, it's Hughes here for Vancouver. He'll throw one toward the net. That's blocked by Peak. Lifted out to the neutral ice. Lindholm will dump one in. Short hopping in on Lankinen, who's forced to cover it up.
He's made some good saves, Lankinen has, but now it's up to the Bruins to, possess that puck a little bit more consistently here in this offensive zone. We said it's been the good and the bad for them. Glass half full, glass half empty. Half full as they've given up nothing at 5-on-5 at all to Vancouver. Glass half empty is they got to put some more pressure on this D and this goaltender. They've had a couple good opportunities and haven't been able to break free yet.
Off the face-off, Suter pulled it back behind the net. Brandstrom moved it to the far side, lifted out into neutral ice. Suter looking for it, but Bruins will take it over. Geekie finds Lohrei. Lohrei back toward Geekie, right wing circle. He'll send it around behind the net, all the way around the far side.
A little too hard on this clean ice.
McAvoy couldn't quite get there in time to keep it in. Now back in his own zone, McAvoy at his first pass blocked by Garland. Sends it out into the neutral zone now for Lohrei.
And Lohrei right away there.
Heinen forcing it back deeper into the Boston zone here. Off the near boards. Hit Pasternak. Came bouncing free to Heinen. Tried to center one for Bluger. That's broken up along the near boards. It's Bluger to play it down over the corner.
The cleanest of passes from Lohrei. It was about chest high for Pasternak.
He was more ducking out of the way, it seemed like, than able to try and play it. As Heinen throws one toward the side of the net here, Swayman will steer it away. Coyle takes it, brings out of the Boston zone, through the center circle, right down the middle of the Vancouver zone. Now angles off to the right wing circle, takes one around, and centering pass, hit escape.
Speed through the neutral zone that time, and gave a little bit more sense of urgency. Not just to Coyle, but to the Bruins here, coming through the middle of the ice, establishing a forecheck.
McLaughlin put a shoulder into Hronik. The Canucks get it cleared. Kicked ahead here by Arshdeep Baines. It will come in on Swayman. He covers it up as Baines shoves the net off behind him. He and Wotherspoon came riding into the crease.
Dump in from just outside the blue line that rolls harmlessly on Swayman, but it is a shot on goal.
Number 10. Number 10 on the night for the Canucks. Well, we keep bringing up the quote from Joe Sacco to protect the guts of the ice. Bruins are protecting the guts.
Well, now they got to get into the guts of the offensive end.
They saw for Kastelik in the defensive zone. He wins the draw. Sent up the near boards by Peak, out through neutral ice. They're going to whistle that an icing. Back down it comes into the Boston end.
Peak and Zadorov talking right now. A lot of times they'll get that defenseman to look like he's going to go up the strong side. This is after a face-off win in the defensive zone, and then just reverse that puck around for his partner. Instead, Peak, which goes up the strong side boards that time, but again on clean ice, that puck goes all the way down. Another face-off win. There's the reverse.
And he gets it to Zadorov. This time does Peak. Up the far side, it comes to Koepke.
I like that play. I know teams will scout it and sit on it at times, and you have to alter it, but
Beecher got it back to Peak for a one-timer from the blue line. Save made. Rebound was there for a moment.
It's a big difference when you come out of the zone making tape-to-tape passes.
Dorov comes back and takes away the entry from Kiefer Sherwood from the near circle. Peak. He sends a long pass out into neutral ice. Koepke trying to get it into the Vancouver zone. Instead, it'll come back with DeBrusk. DeBrusk to the top of the left circle. Low shot. Batted away by Swayman. Back to the point now for Hughes. Walks it along the blue line. Gives to DeBrusk out near the blue line. His shot got through. And another pad stop. On the near board, Sherwood sends it behind the net. Pettersson wrestling with McAvoy. McAvoy goes down. Shovels it along with his glove. Bruins will get it out. Peak's pass missed Beecher. Canucks with the puck. 16:47 to go in regulation. They lead by 1. From their own zone, Myers rockets one across ice for Joshua. He'll play it down in the left wing corner behind the net. Carlo reversed it back around toward the near side. Lohrei and Joshua tangled up. Puck to Garland, who shoots one over Swayman's head off the back glass. Hronik from out near the blue line. Sends it back down into the left wing corner. Now Brandstrom to Garland, going behind the net. Pressured by Lindholm. Lohrei takes away. Elias Lindholm will play it off the far boards, and here's Marchand bringing out into the neutral zone. Carries all the way to the Vancouver line. Shot straight on. Save made by Lankinen, and then Marchand and Brandstrom were tangled, and Marchand bumped the goaltender on his way by. And
I think like he tried to get out of the way there, but maybe didn't try hard enough. He was getting pushed by Brandstrom. He made sure it wasn't a direct hit. Let's put it that way. Oh yeah, that's nothing.
Enough to draw a little bit of attention. But
yeah.
Not much else.
But so much, that face-off win, right? They won 2 face-offs defensively. The first one they win, they try to go up the strong side boards, goes for icing.
Right.
The second one, they work the reverse that we were just talking about, and it's reverse, tape-to-tape pass, in the zone, scoring chance.
Differences in the details, right? Here's Wotherspoon along the blue line, taking it toward the far side, throws one toward the net. That's blocked. Chance around the near side by McAvoy, trying to stuff that home with the backhand. Instead, it'll be brought away here by Bluger. Out through the neutral ice. Heinen couldn't find the handle.
That's offside.
Zacha.
But it's not so much details there. It's just what Vancouver's sitting on.
Wotherspoon's pass misses everyone. They're going to call that an icing. Pasternak is clearly in position to play the puck first, and the linesman, I think, is saying, my bad
He
here.
did. They're taking it back to center ice. He apologized to Pasternak. He didn't see Pasternak on the far side. The puck's coming all the way around the boards, and that's an example where it's who's going to get to the puck first. It's not who gets back there first. And that puck was clearly coming to Pasternak first, so it should not have been icing. I don't think he saw Pasternak on the far side. And he immediately tapped himself in the chest. The linesman did, apologized, and they're taking the puck back to center ice.
And the Bruins will get to change here.
When the team scout, right? I mean, so you know how a team breaks out after they win a face-off in their own zone. You know what they like to do. So if they're sitting on that reverse, well, then you got to come up the strong side.
Right.
But
puck will be played in deep here to the Vancouver end. Myers upended behind the net. Koepke taking the puck toward the far corner. Now pivots back down low. Koepke goes around behind the Vancouver net. Turns and fires from the bottom of the near circle, but blocked off the leg of Myers. Up the near boards. Carlo kept in. Throws to the net and forces Lankinen to glove it and get another attack zone face-off here as we get a couple of minor wrestling matches here with 15-16 to go in regulation.
Fourth line for the Bruins trying to get a little bit of momentum for their team in the offensive zone. Pretty good shift in the offensive end, just holding on to it. Nothing really through to Lankinen other than that wrist shot from the point.
Bring out Lindholm, Coyle, and Marchand here with Zadorov and Peak. Lindholm will take the face-off down to our right, near side.
Interesting line.
Wins it back to the point here for Peak. On the right side, Marchand tried to throw one in front, blocked by Hronek, and comes kicking back to Boston's end.
That's Zadorov dashing to the net back door from the left point.
Lindholm from the red line. Dumps it cross ice into the far corner. Marchand getting position in there, but against a pair of Canucks. Puck came kicking free and is lifted out of the zone. Peak comes back ahead of Zadorov. Pass off the end of Coyle's stick will come into the Vancouver zone, and they try to milk it for an icing. Linesman wasn't buying. Zadorov gets it from McAvoy. Off the far boards. Puck kicked past Marchand coming out of the zone. Vancouver's got it back with 14:30 to play. Hughes from his own zone, from his own blue line, will play it off the near boards, and Suter will angle one around behind Swayman. Lohrei overskated it, but Frederick right there. McLaughlin will play it from the far boards into the middle for McAvoy. Now to the right side for Lohrei. Steps into the Vancouver zone. McLaughlin coming on late. Throws one at the net. Saved by Lankinen, who's down on his side. He's got that puck covered. Brazo, who had his helmet knocked off in the scramble in front, takes issue, has hold of Juleson.
Frederick's got his helmet knocked off as well. Didn't we see a penalty the other day for having somebody's helmet?
For deliberately taking a guy's helmet off, yeah.
McLaughlin risks this to the net. You've got Frederick there, and then Brazo going to the net.
At least one penalty coming here.
Well, they rip Brazo's helmet off and Frederick's.
Vancouver, minor penalty, 81, roughing, removing the helmet.
There you go.
So there it is. So the Bruins will go to their second power play of the night here with 14:07 to go.
Josh was saying, what?
You are not allowed to deliberately remove your opponent's helmet for safety reasons.
That hit the skate of Frederick, and he was there backdoor, and it hit his skate and stayed out. Yeah, Frederick really didn't have his helmet ripped off. It just kind of came off in the scrum. He didn't, but that's what they're giving him the penalty for.
Yeah.
Brazo had his knocked off as well. It's up to the Bruins to have that sense of urgency now. Not getting many chances. You better have it. The urgency.
Second power play of the night. Face off in the offensive zone here for Zacha. And as they drop it, it's batted toward the far corner. Myers gets a stick on it first, and puck cleared out by Bluger. Swayman will tee it up behind the Bruins net. Boston moving from left to right here in the third period. Bluger's stick gets knocked out of his hands, defending in the offensive zone. Here comes Marchand across for Zacha. Right circle shot. Save made by Lankin and covers it up.
And Marchand does a great job here. You know, they sense that he can get up the ice because Bluger loses his stick. And it's a good non-call either, too. You know, Zacha gets his stick in there, but he's not chopping it out of his hands. Marchand sells shot from the left wing circle. Gets that leg pumping like he's going to take the back foot wrister from the left wing circle, and then he knows that he's got Zacha coming on the right side, and Zacha's had a couple of really good looks in this game. Lankinen reading it, moving to his left to make a really good save.
Off the face-off, puck will get locked up in the corner, right wing side. Kicks in behind the nets, shot hard around the near boards and out by Pettersson. 13.5 minutes to go. Minute 23 to go on the Bruins power play. As McAvoy drops it back to Zacha coming out of the zone. Rink wide pass, Pasternak kicks it onto his stick, has it right wing circle, deals to McAvoy, high slot shot, knocked aside. Lindholm in the right wing corner. Behind the net it goes to Pasternak in the left corner. He deals it back up top here for McAvoy to Pasternak. One time a pass across ice for looking for Zacha was broken up. McAvoy's got it back. Zacha top of the right circle to McAvoy, one-timer, and the save made by Lankinen. Near board, Zacha once again. 51 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Pasternak, a one-timer up off the back glass, and it comes around and right onto the stick of Sherwood for the clear. 38 to go on the power play. Bruins second unit comes out. Frederick pivots back toward his own blue line.
Yeah, regroup here. Regroup.
Borai gets the puck from him. Up the right side to Geekie, cutting toward the middle as he gains the attack zone. Pass off the skate of Frederick. Geekie goes in after it along the end wall. It'll pop free to Bluger. He reverses it back in behind the Canucks net. And Hronek will carry it up the near side and shoot it down ice. Swayman stopping it behind the Boston net. Borai scoots back there and takes it. Hands it off for Geekie from the red line, a dump in. Final second ticks off of the penalty clock. Joshua's out of the box. And the puck in the neutral zone. Get a whistle here.
It's not a too many men. They're making a line change. It hits a player in the skate. The player's got 1 foot on the bench, and then the puck hit him in the skate, so they're just going to blow it dead.
So we've got 12:02 to go here in the third period. Vancouver with a 1-0 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
It's the holidays, and SiriusXM's Doctor Radio is here to help with a healthy holiday survival guide. Enjoy your holiday meals without overdoing it.
Try and avoid indigestion, bloating, and reflux.
Managing you and your family's mental health.
Seasonal depression, relationship struggles, stress, and burnout.
The Healthy Holiday Survival Guide, all day Friday on SiriusXM's Doctor Radio, Channel 110, or listen on the SiriusXM app. Spread the word. Anyone can enjoy SiriusXM in the car during our Listen Free event, happening now through December 2nd.
This week on Let's Go with Bill Belichick, Max Crosby, Peter King, and me, Jim Gray. The great Snoop Dogg, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady.
That opportunity to meet Al Davis went a long way because he was my friend till he left this earth. And that was a beautiful thing, is that in having that relationship. And I still love the Raiders to this day, especially Tom got his hands on them now. So I know there's something brewing with that, Jim.
Listen to the extended version of Let's Go, now available exclusively on the all-new SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind, wrist the line, and walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Ray Hudson here with an important announcement. You can listen to your favourite SiriusXM FC shows on the all-new SiriusXM app, now available for all subscribers.
.12:02 to go. Bruins down 1-0 despite a 30-12 shots advantage in this game. Boston with a power play chance. Got some good opportunities on Lankinen, but he was able to come up big.
Yeah, Pastrnak firing that puck, looked like up and over top of the crossbar, or at least wide from that left wing circle on the one-timer. They've given him some openings over there to get him the puck. He had the breakaway in the second period. At some point, he's going to break through. And I hope it's today, but at some point, he's going to break through.
2 goals in his last 13 games coming into this one. For Pasta, as the puck comes deep into Boston territory, Zadorov will pick it up. Sherwood gave Swayman a little nudge in front of the Bruins net there. As Marchand brings into the Vancouver zone. Deals it back for Zadorov. One-timer came rocketing off the end boards. And the Bruins can't cash in. Here's Coyle centering pass blocked by DeBrusk.
Coyle had the chance off the end board, so they've gone to this line of Lindholm, Coyle, and Marchand.
Here's side circle. Lifted out of the zone by Hughes. Brought ahead by Sherwood. DeBrusk coming down the middle. Backhand pass. Picked up off the far boards by Marchand, and he'll move it up in through the neutral zone. Comes careening back toward the Bruins bench. DeBrusk will get it into the Boston zone, right to Carlo. Nick DeBrusk, the lone goal scorer in his first game in a different uniform here at TD Garden. Here's Pastrnak off a giveaway in the Vancouver zone. Backhanded one just out of Zaka's reach. Zaka's got it now as he brought around behind the net. Tried to send it back to Pastrnak. That was broken up. Wotherspoon floats it back down low. Geeky shoved to the boards by Brandstrom. Myers involved as well in the far corner. And now Pastrnak gets decked from behind by Besser, and that's going to draw a penalty. Wotherspoon gets it as it comes back toward the blue line. Trying to find some open space. He'll drag it all the way back out into the neutral ice. Extra skater on here for the Bruins on the delayed penalty. Pastrnak back inside Boston territory with a puck on his stick. Pivots away from some pressure from Suter. Still with it is Pastrnak. He'll skate it out into the neutral zone to the red line. McAvoy sends it rink wide for Zaka. Try to send it back toward Wotherspoon. Didn't connect, but Parker will chase it back into his own zone. Still the delayed call on here. So behind the empty net he comes, and now in front of the empty net. Hands off for Marchand. Marchand will backhand one for Lindholm, and he circles back behind the net.
The fans don't like it, but the Bruins are trying to be a little bit patient here while they get fresh bodies on the ice, and then they turn it over. But
yeah, I mean, you know, take advantage of the 6-on-5 while you can, if you can. But the whistle comes with 9:45 to go here in the third period, and the Bruins will get their third power play of the game when we come back. Down 1-0 to Vancouver on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda CR-V and a 3.9% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank.
Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
I'm all for saving money, but sometimes you get what you pay for, like with suntan lotion or musical instruments. And especially when it comes to home insurance.
Warning, evacuate immediately.
Given the increase in your home's value, now's the time to talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need so you don't end up with the blues. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
DQ presents the sound of your next DQ meal. It's the sound of savoring a signature stack burger, chicken strip basket, or $7 meal deal. Oh, it's quiet because they're too busy enjoying their DQ food. Grab yours at participating U.S. locations today. DQ, happy tastes good.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 1.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Passport and a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Pilot or Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
.9:45 left. Bruins to the power play. Trailing by 1 here in the third period. Brock Besser goes to the box for interference. Third power play of the night here for Boston.
It's a similar, you call interference or cross-checking it, similar to one that Marchand had in the first period. Except Pastrnak didn't have the puck. He was kind of on the outside of the pile.
A soft win by Zacha comes across the ice. McAvoy reaching for it. It's directed up and out of play as he and Suter's sticks clash.
The pass to Pastrnak is there if they want him. If McAvoy looks right, throws it left, it's there for him. And then Pastrnak can make. You remember the play made on the Lindholm goal here recently, where it's the fake shot. Once he establishes a shot, the fake shot, and then go right to the front of the net with it.
There's McAvoy out at the right point. Zacha, top of the right circle. He'll take a shot that's blocked by Soucy and goes up and out of play.
Yeah, Soucy checking the stick. So that's either Zacha start to attack and take that shot, or start to attack and get the pass down to Marchand, and then he's got the lane to the net. I thought Marchand had a lane to the net in the second period when they had their opportunity.
Lindholm on the face-off, wins it. Zacha taps it back to McAvoy. To Zacha, back to McAvoy, center blue line, shot, knocked down in front, and then cleared by Juleson.
I think it was Juleson that had the block. He went right to the bench.
Minute and a half to go on the power play. McAvoy starts it up for the Boston zone. Drops it off for Zacha coming out across the blue line. Here's Pastrnak carrying into the Vancouver end. Over to Marchand on the left side, walks it down toward the hash marks. Deals it down low to Pastrnak. Now Boston will bring it into the corner. Marchand back to Pastrnak on the far side. To Marchand below the goal line. To Pastrnak. Throws it in front off of Lindholm and in on goal, and Lankinen covers it up.
Yeah, as soon as Marchand gave Pastrnak the puck in the left wing circle there, he went around the net and he was going back door. So whether that pass was intended for Elias Lindholm going to the top of the crease, which we talked about, that's how he scored his goal, or he was looking back door to Marchand. I think he was looking back door. Couple bodies to try to go through, and that puck deflects in on Lankinen, and that hits him. He's had a couple fortunate breaks here in this one.
103
He's made some good saves as well.
Yeah, 103 to go on the power play as Vancouver gets a clear here. 8:40 to go in regulation. Canucks leading 1-0. Pastrnak to Zacha, back to Pastrnak as they come through neutral ice. Now here's Marchand along the left wing boards, trying to get it past Juleson. Instead, the Canucks get it clear, and Suter from the red line will push it in just across the Boston blue. Lindholm dropping it back. It goes in on Swayman, who hands it off to McAvoy. Now Pastrnak ahead through neutral ice. Just inside the Vancouver line, nowhere to go with it. Cleared back. Now the crowd getting antsy as Garland goes behind the Bruins net, takes the puck. No one challenging him as he came out toward the far circle and throws one off the outside of the net. McAvoy's got it back in the far corner. 12 to go with a man advantage. McAvoy deals a pass ahead to Coyle. Coyle floats it down the right wing boards. Geeky in after it. Coyle gets taken down by Soucy. Pedersen will backhand it out of the far corner, but right to Frederick, and his shot blocked by Myers.
He's got Brazo in the middle of the ice that time, open.
Myers along the end wall. Played it toward the corner. Centering pass by Brazo with Geeky in front. That one redirected just wide. Back off the near boards to Lohrei. He'll send it across ice. Zadorov coming on from the bench. Takes a shot. That's blocked. Came back to Coyle on the far circle. Power play is over here, but the Bruins keeping the heat on. Zadorov to Coyle, right circle. Centering pass blocked by Pettersson, who was laying down on the ice. And then Soucy goes crashing into the post and dislodges the net.
Got some help from Coyle.
That brings the stoppage with 7:12 to go, and the Bruins still down by a goal.
It's hockey season is the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Nick Coyle giving Soucy a pretty good shove to take that net off its pegs. Faceoff will come outside the Vancouver zone here with 7:12 to go. Kastelik, Beecher, Koepke up front with Peak and Zadorov. Peak sends it right over to Zadorov, and deep into the Vancouver zone it goes. Around the near side, Hughes reversed it back to Hronek behind the net. Pressured, forced a turnover, and the shot by Koepke. Lankinen holds that. Another attack zone face-off for this group. 7 minutes even to go. Beecher to take the draw on the far circle. And it's Ratu to win the draw. Off the near boards, it gets through Peak and out. Zadorov passed ahead to Beecher. Tapped into the Vancouver end. Drawn around behind the net here by Koepke. Kastelik into the right wing corner. Sandwich between a pair of Canucks. Puck comes to Hughes, and he'll go behind the net. Hughes with a long pass up the left side. Directed into the Bruins zone by Joshua. He'll head off as part of a change. Peak turns it back up the near side. Kastelik.
Yeah, end of a shift for him.
Yeah, chopped away from him by Besser, but
it's a good second effort, though. Keep control.
Yeah, Zadorov will drop it back here to Peak with 6:20 to go. Pass through neutral ice, redirected in wide of Lankinen. Frederick trying to get in there after it. Off the far boards, McLaughlin with a takeaway. Deals it back to the left point for Wotherspoon. His shot through traffic. Lankinen made a save. Out of the far corner, Brazo gets it back to Wotherspoon. Onto the near side for Carlo, who winds and fires, and Heinen blocked that one.
Yeah, that shot's got to get through. It's got to get through. Even if you shoot it towards the front of the net just a little bit wide, at least you've got bodies going there.
Puck behind the Vancouver net. Clock ticking down to 5:45 left. Canucks will break it out. The pass up the right side to DeBrusk. Tipped into the Bruins zone. Carlo sends it right back out. Pasternak directs one into the Vancouver end, but the Canucks will get to that one. That's out of play, and that looked to be cleanly out of play.
Sure did.
Officials will have a quick discussion here.
And they're claiming, the Canucks are, that it got deflected off the glass, but I think it went right out.
All four officials discuss it. We'll take a break, and we'll tell you the end of the cliffhanger when we come back. 5:29 to go. 1-0 Vancouver on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord Hybrid and a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic Hybrid.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Heading to a game at the Garden this season? Do what I do. Get there without the traffic torment and just take the train. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free and enjoy later nighttime service after the game. And if the game's on a weekend, ride with $10 weekends. Get tickets on board or with the M-Ticket app.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your local Nissan dealers. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com. And Dairy Queen. DQ fans, kick off your favorite game with a sauced and tossed chicken strip basket. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for just $1, and everyone is going, including you. Just a hunch. The iconic Frosty for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Third-party delivery prices may be higher.
Get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda CR-V and a 3.9% APR on a 2025 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
So the officials decided that did deflect out.
I think it glanced off the glass.
I do too.
I mean, it glanced off the glass. Juleson was the guy trying to throw it off the glass, but it's really hard to tell. But
it looked to me as it went over the glass, it started to flip.
Yeah, the referees got together, and I do think they got it right, but very close.
So no delay of game penalty. 5:29 to go. 1-0. Vancouver leads it. Face off in the offensive zone here for Morgan Geekie. Long delay as we wait for TV to be ready. They got the thumbs up, and here we go. Near circle to our right. Pettersson able to win the face-off and send it behind the Canucks net. Now it's deflected up and out of play off of Sherwood as it came out of the zone into the Vancouver bench. 5:23 to go. Faceoff will come back deep in Canucks territory. Zacha will take this draw against Pettersson. And Zacha wins it back toward Pasternak, but he couldn't tee one up in time. It'll be Pettersson to work it forward here for Vancouver, trying to cut toward the slot, knocked off his stick, came right to DeBrusk, and his shot gets blocked.
Well, good back check on the first play, then it came right to DeBrusk in the slot, and Lori got down on one knee to block the second.
Lori will bring it up to the red line and dump it in, around behind Lankinen, who couldn't slow it up behind the net. And off the near boards from Zacha, trying to hit Geekie, couldn't connect. Lori out in the neutral ice. Bumped by Sherwood, forced him back into the Boston zone with 4:48 to play. McAvoy's pass. Coyle reaching out to get a piece of it. Lindholm helped it into the zone. Hughes sends it around the far boards, and Danton Heinen right there for the Canucks. Brought in across the line by Garland. Shot tipped off of Swayman's glove and up over the net. On the near boards, battle for possession. Garland able to step away from McAvoy, then gets knocked down by Peak. Peak pulls the puck out of the pile. Coyle on the near boards will get to the red line, dumps it cross ice into the far corner. Hronek first man there, hard off the wall and out. Officials aren't calling it. Puck was right in front of the bench there for Vancouver. Peak to Zadorov, coming out of his own zone. Here's McLaughlin in across the Vancouver line, knocked off his stick by Hughes. Joshua will bring the Canucks back the other way. Wotherspoon comes back to collect the puck behind the Bruins net off a dump in. Frederick pokes into the middle of the ice here for Zadorov. Zadorov, pass ahead for McLaughlin, trying to get it to Frederick left side, but that was denied. 3:35 to play. Puck backhanded deep here by Wotherspoon. But first man back to get it is Juleson. Canucks break it out of the zone. DeBrusk will dump it in. Bouncing in towards Swayman, who played it aside, but nobody came to get it except for DeBrusk. Top of the left circle, DeBrusk gets it down low. Gets it right back from Sherwood, but shot was redirected wide.
Yeah, Swayman didn't get all of that handoff. He wanted to move it to his right, but puck kind of fluttered on him.
Coyle deals over for Peak. Peak back to Coyle at the center circle. Lifts it down the left wing boards. Under 3 minutes to go. Bruins down 1-0. Pettersson angles a pass ahead. Sherwood racing on to it at the far circle, and his shot knocked down by Swayman. Zadorov took Sherwood hard into the far corner. Two of them having words as the puck headed back the other direction. Joshua wins it back here for the Canucks inside his own zone with 2.5 to play. Garland from the red line directs one towards Swayman.
Swayman's got to be coming now, right? They get this puck moving up the ice.
Zacha over to Peak. Peak banks a pass for Zacha. Joshua getting in the way at the blue line. Now it's Geekie from the center ice circle, cutting toward the left wing side, gains the attack zone, wraps it around the glass. Swayman staying put for now. Eking out of the left wing circle. There's 2:05 to go. Deflected pass comes across ice. McAvoy a drive, and that was blocked by Heinen. Near side boards, Heinen popped one free, but it comes to Lohrei, high slot, saved by Lankinen. On the shot, straight on. Garland will clear the puck. Swayman still between the pipes with 1:45 to go.
Shocks me when they had the puck offensively. You get possession of the puck, full possession of the puck in the offensive zone.
Heinen now in the near corner. McAvoy hit the outside of the net with a pass that was intended into the far corner. Instead, now it'll be Lohrei to bring it ahead. Kastelik into neutral ice. Taken away near the red line. Pettersson coming back here for the Canucks. Floats one to the front of the net. Swayman got a piece of it, and it came up into the air, and he's got it covered somewhere underneath him with 1:21 to go.
I mean, they've been burnt a few times this year with the goaltender pulled, but a lot of that's been with like 4 minutes to go in the third period. And I know that you have a certain group that you want out there. I get that. You're trying to set your bench up for that. But under 2 minutes, full possession of the puck in the offensive zone, normally that goaltender's coming, especially when you haven't scored any goals yet. And you're struggling to score goals. See if they call a timeout here or not. They're not going to, at least based on what we're seeing. So a little surprised he wasn't pulled there.
It's the first time we've seen Joe Sacco in this situation as a Bruins interim head coach. Of course, he's got plenty of head coaching experience. His time in Colorado. As the puck comes around behind the Bruins net here. 1:15 to go. Swayman still in between the pipes here with the puck deep in the Boston zone. In the near corner, down to our left. Peak able to one-hand it behind the net. Zadorov gives back to Peak. Official needs to get his skates out of the way as Bruins get it cleared, but still loose in the neutral ice. And DeBrusk will get it back in deep.
Now he's got to go. You got possession. You got full possession. There he goes.
Peak gives it to Zacha. Zacha to the red line. Backhands it down into the right wing corner. Juleson from behind the Vancouver net sends it hard around the boards. It gets through Lohrei, and it will go all the way down for a Vancouver icing with 36 seconds to go.
Now you'll probably have the timeout, right?
One would think.
It wasn't a long shift, so Vancouver's got their personnel out there.
Referee seems to think there will be a timeout. Eric Furlat looking over to the Boston bench. And, in fact, there is the signal. So, with 36.4 to go, teams will head to their respective benches.
Well, Lindholm's had some good success in the face-off circle, and the face-off's going to go in the right wing side, which is where he prefers it if he's going to take it. He's 10-8 in the face-off circle. If it was on the other side, you could have Zacha on the other side. Right. He's 8-5 so far this game. But you're going to outnumber them. So if you're not winning it clean, you're neutralizing it, and then you're counting on help coming in to get possession right away.
Fans throughout the season, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates $100 for every Bruins assist to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Coyle's actually been your best guy in the faceoff circle today, 7-3. But I don't believe he's going to be out here with the goaltender pulled.
It will be Lindholm, Zacha, Marchand, Pasternak, Lohrei, and McAvoy, the 6 men. Face-off will be Elias Lindholm against Suter. Near circle to our right. 36.4 to go. Net empty at the Boston end. Down 1-0. Everybody jumps. Everybody gets reset. Everybody jumps again.
Wow. The centerman, who's taking the draw here for Vancouver?
Suter.
He has moved twice, and Lindholm hasn't even put the stick down.
Lindholm wins the draw. Marchand, Zacha, and now McAvoy back at the point. To Lohrei. Far side. Deflected shot. Went into the near corner. Joshua trying to push it out of the zone. Cannot. Thrown back toward the net by Zacha. Out in front, a chance for Lindholm. That one denied. 20 seconds to go. McAvoy at the right point. Lost it to Suter. Suter sends it over to the far side, and it's shot into the empty net by Connor Garland. And Vancouver with a 2-0 lead and 12.5 seconds to go.
I mean, Lindholm had the best chance there, right? He might have hit his own player. I think Zacha had a chance and Lindholm had a chance. Zacha threw this puck to the front of the net. It goes off the back wall, and then it's centered. Marchand had a tip. It was a left pad save by Lankinen, and then Lindholm had the second opportunity on this play. What a save by Lankinen. First on Marchand, and then I think Lindholm's shot actually hit Marchand.
I think so too.
And then the fan by McAvoy fanned on a pass from the right point. And Garland ends up with 1-1 for the Scituate guy.
The puck sent deep here by Kastelik, but time will run out. And the Bruins get shut out here on home ice by the Vancouver Canucks. It is the fourth time the Bruins have come up empty offensively this year in 23 games. 2-0 the final. Vancouver wins it. Back with recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Happy holidays. Welcome to the Nissan year-end sales event. Are you interested in
a test drive?
Absolutely. Great. Well, there's the new V6 powered Frontier. Oh, the Rogue with an available 12.3-inch touchscreen. All right. Oh, and the all-new Kicks, which has intelligent all-wheel drive. Nice. So what do you think? Finished with all your holiday shopping?
About to be. Toss me the keys. Let's go.
Hurry in for the best deals of the year, only at the Nissan year-end sales event. Now, get a low $259 per month lease for 36 months on Rogue. Available feature, intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees, 2024 Rogue S all-wheel drive. $47.69 initial payment excludes tax, title, and license. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. Ends 12/2/24.
A lot of insurance companies offer compare and save tools. Are they accurate? Do they really understand my needs? Who knows? Wah, wah. Even worse, who knows what they do with the information you provide? That's why Safety Insurance is committed to working with independent agents. They'll listen, ask smart questions, and make sure you have coverage that truly protects you, even from cybercriminals.
10-5 going twice. So
ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
It's hockey night in Boston, and we've got a real barn burner on our hands. Time to grab your rally towels, throw on your jerseys, cheer, shout, and save on your gas. That's right, hockey fans win big on Bruins home game days. Score instant savings of 25 cents per gallon on Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline with the Fuel Rewards program. Oh yeah, that's slapshot savings for all. Download the app, join the Fuel Rewards program today, and game on. Restrictions apply. Limited time at participating Shell stations. For more details, visit fuelrewards.com/Bruins.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank. Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your local Nissan dealers. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com. And Dairy Queen. DQ fans, kick off your favorite game with a sauced and tossed chicken strip basket. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Get your dream Honda during Happy Honda Days with a CR-V hybrid, Accord hybrid, Civic hybrid, or the all-electric Prologue. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2025 Honda Accord hybrid, a 4.9% APR on a 2025 Civic hybrid, a 3.9% APR on a 2025 CR-V hybrid, and a 0.9% APR on a 2024 Prologue.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Now Besser from the left hash marks. Hands off over there to Garland. Down low for Besser. Continue to cycle it around. Up top here for Hughes with a shot. Deflected. Save made. Rebound score. And it's Jake DeBrusk with the backhand. Jake DeBrusk with what turned out to be the game-winning goal. Vancouver a 2-0 victory here in Boston tonight. Electrical contractors, get on board the Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning. Save time and money. Just go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. Bruins did a lot right tonight. Couldn't score.
No, that's an issue. We're definitely saying that, but I mean, yeah, we'll go back to what we talked about in between the second and third period, Ryan. It's the same thing at the end of the game. You know, you outchance a team. When I say chance, out shot attempts 72-31 in this game. It's so lopsided, and Lankinen is the story. He's the difference in the game. He made some big saves. The Bruins, I don't know if they gave up a high danger or grade A, whatever they're calling them these days. You can call it either one. Chance 5-on-5. I don't think they did.
No, I don't think so either.
I think every chance was from the outside. Shots were contested. They were blocked. They went. Swayman saw just about everything. They score one power play goal, and then the empty netter they had at the end. But they score one power play goal on a good break, right?
Yeah, it was a
wrist shot
fortunate
from the
bounce,
point,
right?
And it's and they challenged it. They thought it might have been a hand pass, but. So there's good and bad to take out of this game, and the good is you've played 3 straight games now where you've given up so few opportunities, no odd man rushes, so few opportunities from the middle of the ice. It's night and day in terms of just kind of defensively, the way that they've defended, whether it's up the ice through the neutral zone or in the D zone. They've made teams work for their scoring chances, and now they've got to solve the offensive end of things without sacrificing that defense. And it wasn't like they didn't have chances. I mean, you got Pasternak in on a breakaway in the second period. You've had ample opportunities, and a number of guys had good chances to score here in this game. You had 3 power plays. You weren't able to do anything with them, and that can be the big difference in the game. You've gone 3 games now in a row where you've scored power play goals, and in a game where you're not going to get a lot of power play chances, you weren't able to come through. And you had 2 power play chances, down 1-0 in the third period. So if you're not going to be able to get the job done 5-on-5, you've got to get it done on the power play, and they can't get it done here today. So, I mean, and then even 6-on-5, I thought they had a couple good looks.
Yeah,
they did. I mean, Marchand had a chance, and then Lindholm had a chance from in tight, and it didn't go for them here today. But it hasn't gone for them here for a little while. So, it's not just a one-off. It's got to be something where they find a way to break through offensively.
Yeah, they've scored 8 total goals now in their last 6 games. They're good on the defensive end. They've only allowed an average of 19 shots on goal in the 3 games since Joe Sacco took over. So.
Yeah, and it's not even the shots on goal for me. It's the quality of chances, and there just have been so few.
Yeah.
And today was a great example of that. But now you got to find a way at the other end of the ice.
Well, fans, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors initiative sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate $100 to fight food insecurity. Unfortunately, Bruins getting shut out tonight, so no money to the Greater Boston Food Bank. But you can follow along all season at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. We'll have tonight's 3 stars and a wrap-up from TD Garden coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Denver Broncos organization is a team that has done a tremendous job.
When it happens in the NFL, we're reacting to it on Sirius XM NFL Radio.
Saquon Barkley, he is special. Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, they were sitting there just smiling. We have found ourselves a gem.
Get closer to the game with interviews with players, coaches, and executives.
Coach of the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott.
We've got the best fans in the NFL, maybe all professional sports.
Nobody covers the game like Sirius XM NFL Radio, Channel 88.
Through the years we
Welcome your family and friends home with timeless Christmas music and carols.